clear up some shows.
Uh-huh.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Y'all know we go live every Sunday noon to talk about the GOAT conversation, and we are here to have some fun. As today's show, we're going to be discussing how this 2024 summer has been a complete nightmare for the Zesty Jeffries. We know it's been bad for them. The USA Gold is back home. LeBron James won the MVP. I wasn't here last week to discuss the whole cap off of what LeBron James has done this entire 2024 season, but it is serious. It is serious, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, LeBron James, continues to add to his resume. No matter how you guys want to see it, he was the GOAT in 2016 to us. He was officially the GOAT in 2020 after what happened in 2020 and winning the championship then. And from there on out, LeBron James has just been playing with Zesty Jeffries' lives. They have not been straight. They've catch more gray hairs, and they only in their early 30s. So we about to have some fun today, ladies and gentlemen. We got the regular panel here. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the channel because this is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We're also going live on our Facebook account. We're going live on our Facebook group, IG. So shout out to everybody there as well. Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to another great show on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. What up, B. Lee? What we got for these folks today?
What's good? What's good? You know what I want to talk about today? I want to talk about why is this Olympics such a problem for all the LeBron haters? All we hearing about is Steph Curry this, Steph Curry that, but they always say it didn't matter. It definitely mattered in 1984 and 92, but the Olympics really don't matter. I'm not sure why a competition with athletes do not matter. Is this not a big thing anymore? Like the is the world still trash? Have they not caught up, as they keep saying? The world has caught up, so we have to bring our best players. And when we don't bring our best players, we lose. And then we have to bring our best players. Then it doesn't matter. I mean, I haven't really heard anything about 16 and 20 didn't really matter. You know, it was great that we won, but we have to appreciate how this Olympic was this year. And I know they wanted Steph Curry to win the MVP. I know they did. I know it hurts their heart that Steph Curry did not win that MVP. Man, it's so much going on with that.
They are hurt
Oh,
by it. They are
man, they really
hurt
hurt.
by that. They
They're
are
hurt.
super hurt. Now, again, you know they like to knock every accomplishment LeBron James basically does. They love to discredit it. They love to just say, "Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just longevity." Blase, blah blah blah. But we know LeBron James has been doing things great since he came into the NBA. Since, like Brandon would say, since high school. Like it's not even like I don't even understand how can you continue to hate anymore. They don't
I
now.
mean,
What awards matter anymore? Because we already know the Defensive Player of the Year don't count for Michael Jordan. So what awards should matter? They don't want to count all NBA selections. They don't want to count nothing. No
they're
MVPs matter
yeah,
anymore. None of that matters.
they're really saying all NBA first team is a longevity award. It's a longevity award to be a top five player now.
Oh, it's been a bad summer. Y'all were trying to knock the gold medal. I heard y'all last week. I popped in and out. They were
Travis,
very disrespectful.
Travis try to knock it. That's what he does.
I
That's what
heard
he
Craig.
does.
I heard Craig bring up a media award. Now, who voted for the MVPs
I
of
didn't
the
say a media
Olympics?
award. What I said was, if you're gonna
Uh huh.
listen correctly, I said,
Uh huh.
now all of a sudden media opinions count because if it's something negative towards LeBron, it's the media don't know nothing. That's what I said.
But that's what I'm saying. Who voted for that? Who voted for the Olympic MVP?
Well, it's determined that his teammates voted, the players voted.
The
No,
play.
that's for earlier in the year when they said who's the best player on the team. He's talking about the Olympic MVP.
Yeah, who voted for that? We know he was voted as captain and the flag bearer because he's the
Wasn't it
greatest
like a
thing.
panel that voted for it? I wasn't actually sure.
He's the greatest thing in USA since Captain America. Y'all already know that.
I mean, FIFA voted for it.
Well, supposedly Brian
That's
Windhorst
that's why I
said.
thought FIFA. That's why I thought
Bri-
voted for FIFA.
Brian Windhorst said it was done by FIBA and the Olympic Committee. Right, folks who were involved in all of that stuff. They supposedly had a place where they can go make a vote, and the American media had a chance to vote, but they weren't paying attention to that. They were busy hating on LeBron James. They wasn't even paying attention to that, the fact they could vote themselves. And then they got mad when the votes came out. They were able to vote before the Serbia game, before the bronze game.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's been a
we
bad,
know the war.
bad. It's been bad. It's been bad. Let's start off with.
I do have a question. Do
Uh
y'all
huh.
think this year added on to LeBron's longevity more than what he did this year? Like just as a player. Like if we had a player who did what LeBron James did this year, would you rank him, as a top player or everything just because of his longevity? Let's go ahead and start with you, John.
I mean, if you had a player do what LeBron James did, forget his age. He's a max player. He's one of the top 10 players in the league, and you're trying to build a team around him. You're trying your best to do everything you can around this man. And you know what he brings to your team, not just as a player, as an ambassador for the league. I'm just talking about this year. I ain't talking about no other year. This year. You see what he
Mm-hmm.
brings to the league. And I mean, what he did in the Olympics is crazy. He was voted by his peers as the best player. He's voted by FIBA as the MVP of FIBA. Um,
Mm.
I
I
got to
mean,
start looking at the. I got to start looking at the
John, when you
Lakers.
talk about
What's the problem?
when you talking about building a team around LeBron, that's literally what the Olympics was to build a team around LeBron, and Steve Kerr gave LeBron the keys.
Yes, he said, "Do what you need to do on the floor, as far as the team goes, lead the team and everything." He played the most minutes. I mean, how you 39 years old, the oldest player on the team, and you playing the most minutes?
Cause this is the last Olympics. He ain't gonna get no more after this. They gonna let him ride out and ball out. This is the last time he gonna be on the Olympic floor. So of course they gonna let him play till his
I
heart content.
mean, that's Steph and
I,
KD's
I
probably
don't blame
last
him
one
for
too.
doing it
So
because they got a gold out of it. But I mean, this is
I
I
mean,
mean,
Steph is his player. Steph and KD played for Steve Kerr. There
you
was
seen
really
Steph
no
on
reason to
video.
say here LeBron run the team.
yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't, and
Yeah, there's no reason.
he saw some in practice. There was some going on in practice that he seen.
All right, Travis. So is this year? Thanks to him, man. He finally became a member.
Hold on. Before you get to Travis, we got to give Twin Man a shout out here. Look what Twin Man did.
Oh,
Shout
Twin
out to
Man!
Twin Man. Thank
Tim,
you,
man,
There
Twin
you go,
you
Man.
let
Twin
Ishmael become a
Man.
member for you?
Thank you,
Disgraceful.
thank you, Twin Man, for becoming a GOAT James Kingdom member of the channel. You have always been a long supporter of the channel. Brandon and I appreciate you. The panel
Hmm.
appreciate you. Shout out to you, Twin Man. Once the link is up, you know you'll be one of the first to be up here. And now you can talk whenever you want to. Now, bro, we can't even stop you. Brandon and I ain't got no choice but to let you go in however long you want to go for.
Twin Man belongs as a member. Twin Man.
Shout out to you, Twin Man. Appreciate you. Thank you again. Again, y'all, you could always become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. You know what we do. We go live every Sunday noon. We do it best. We talk about the GOAT conversation. Shout out to you, Twin Man. Appreciate you. So go ahead. You can go back to Travis. Go ahead, brother.
All right, Travis. Do this season define LeBron more for his longevity or his play?
I mean, I think it's both. Like, I think the longevity, especially when we're talking about LeBron James, is like at this point, it's like defining characteristic. Like he's not just playing a certain amount of time just to play it. Like he's raising the bar for what it means to be consistent and still dominant. Like you can still argue that he's a top 5 player in the league if you wanted to. He's like no worse than top 10, and like so, and he was undoubtedly like okay, who's going to be on the team? Who's going to lead us? There was no question among anyone, or especially the players, it was LeBron James going to be leading that team over there. Because he's the older statesman, he has the championship experience, and he was, the best player. And I mean, the stats back that up. So, I mean, I think it's a testament, like especially if we're just talking the entire body of work, as far as careers go. I think you can't knock it. I mean, it's a basketball related accolade. So. To me, it adds on to his greatness. And, when you have someone like Rob Parker saying that like the team was stupid for picking him as the captain or voting him the best player and then they're going to lose. And then he just gets shit on by LeBron. Like that's actually just glory. It's really awesome to see.
All right, Craig, I don't know if you're still there. You might be kind of busy at the moment. But we could go back to Craig when he gets back. There you go.
Rob Parker's oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Craig, does this season define LeBron for his longevity or more for his play this year?
It was both for his play. Now, the thing is, y'all keep saying about the longevity. This is what I don't get. When y'all say he does stuff, and y'all bring up his age, like y'all say, nobody do this at this age. I get it. We get it. But y'all can't take the negative and use that excuse when he doesn't succeed and say, oh, what you want a 39-year-old. That's my only gripe. When he does things at the greatest age, it's magnificent. It's magnificent. When he don't, that's the first thing. Well, he's 39. What you expect him to do? But other than that, he played great whether he was 39 or 29.
Okay. Well, Johnny, you can go ahead. Go ahead and let them know what this season defined LeBron as.
Well, listen, we all know 2023-2024 season started off, right? The Lakers had lost in the Western Conference Finals, right, versus the Denver Nuggets. That was the big issue. That was the big thing, right? Everybody was saying, oh, what are the Lakers going to do? Are they going to make the finals? Are they going to make that push, make that run? But we know to start the season, everything was about the in-season tournament. And they were upset about the in-season tournament. They legitimately didn't like the fact that the Lakers won the in-season tournament. It became a big issue. That was the start of the nightmare for the Zesty Jeffries. So let's go ahead and go back and let's go back and see how they were responding to us, and let's just have a little bit of fun. Let's go back to November of 2023.
Luca. Bueno. Pinyu. Bueno. Pinyu. Bueno.
I'm Rick James, bitch. It's the celebration, bitch.
So that was the start of them being upset. So supposedly now the in-season tournament don't matter. We even had one of the Zesty Jeffries come out and blatantly say, listen, I don't respect the in-season tournament if LeBron wins it. If anybody else wins it, I'm cool with it, right? So they were already upset about that. They were highly upset about that. Then LeBron James wins the MVP. And they were mad because remember Anthony Davis had the great game in the championship game, which don't count. None of this, we don't even remember the stats. You can't find the stats now, even if you wanted to go look for it. I don't know if it's even if it's available for you. But again, that MVP was based on what you did for the entire tournament. Oh, and they were upset about that. They said, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not real." Then the Lakers raised the banner. Oh, it was over.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 Oh, no. No. No.
Is it worth it? Oh, yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough.
Listen.
I love it.
They were upset. Y'all already know it was that doesn't matter. Who cares? Now, mind you, these are the same people that always tell us that people like Mike and Kobe played competition. They were the fiercest competitors. It didn't matter. They wanted to win at all costs. Here it is. The NBA created a whole new competition, and they were all upset about it. All because GOAT James shined and blossomed all in the middle of that. But that was 2023. From there, we know what was going to happen. LeBron James was going to do the big thing, which was what? The 40,000. We knew it was coming. They were going to be upset about the 40,000. They were going to be angry that LeBron James reached 40,000 points. Y'all know how difficult it is to reach 40,000 points? I don't even know what to tell y'all. That's how upset they was. But before we get to the 40,000, I want to hear Travis's and Craig's take on because y'all in the circles. Y'all know y'all be in the circles with the Zesty Jeffries, man. Y'all are not Zesty Jeffries, but you're MJ delegates. Let's start with you, Craig. How did the in-season tournament change anything in the GOAT debate?
I mean, you gotta ask yourself, what was the in-season tournament was brought in for in the first place? That's what people. It wasn't something because it was something to keep people watching the season. It wasn't something to just to give another award. It was to get people to watch the games because nobody was watching the season. Everybody just lag around and just wait to the playoffs. It wasn't so that's why people, not mine, but that's why people have something finicky about it because it was an option to get people to watch what they should have been watching in the first place. If they had the viewership that they had, this in-season tournament would never exist.
So you think they did it just for viewership?
And revenue, yes. They could have done this years ago, but why did they start doing it?
No, because of the 2020 season. They saw how successful the tournament they had. Remember, they had a tournament prior to the playoffs in 2020 after the pandemic, after the lockdown.
Won MVP.
Yeah, and they saw the success in that. And they said, well, maybe we can do that in the middle.
Drop in viewership as well. People wasn't watching. Y'all literally sit here and complain because people don't watch games. Like, what the?
No, I agree. Around that time, around November, to put it in November, because I know people were saying, why would they put it in the beginning of the season? That was to fight the NFL, because a lot of these Zesty Jeffries and these casuals don't start watching basketball until March and April and June.
We say the haters don't watch games.
Exactly. Real NBA fans watch the NBA from the beginning of the season, starting in September.
The NBA is really not having a viewership issue. That's the TV. When you look at the streaming, the NBA is still getting top-notch people watching. Why are you thinking they's getting these deals from Amazon and all these places if ain't nobody watching?
No, but
they're getting watched.
No, but
just the streaming they watch.
Yeah, no, but to give Craig some credit, the in-season tournament games was actually one of the highest rated television games. Right? So it did generate that revenue, but the idea that the NBA has been losing viewership, no, they haven't really been losing viewership. And again, it's just that television has gone down.
Yes,
it's still the second sport to NFL. It's not like there's other sports that leaped it. It's not like baseball's leaped it, or hockey, or any other sport has leaped it. It's still the second most popular sport on television in in America, and then in the world. Well, I guess not in the world.
Just put it like this: the NBA.
Well, I guess it is in the world too, because the world viewership of the NBA is larger than the NFL, and it's only second to soccer.
No, it ain't.
Yeah,
No, no.
second to soccer. Only second to soccer.
Yeah.
Football, Americana.
Football is number one. You're bugging.
The Jet fan is coming out where they can't wait. So what about you, Travis?
No,
What
but
do you
I was
think?
gonna say like this NBA is the only sport where they got 2 championships in one season. Like no other sport has that.
They literally had 3 with the Olympics.
NFL don't have it. Major League don't have it. Shit, do college have it? Like NBA is the
College
only
have tournaments all the time.
professional sport where you have 2 championship tournaments in one season. Like
There's conference tournaments in college. There's holiday tournaments in
I
college.
meant professional.
Professional, okay.
What baseball thinking about adding something like that? I think
Baseball
was
still trying to
talking
get
about
that steroid situation. They still suffering from the steroid era.
Baseball might.
Their viewership was the biggest.
Football already got rid of their pro bowl game. Right?
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of
It's black
stupid shit
football
now.
now. And
Yeah.
I don't see how any NFL player can call a basketball player soft when y'all play flag football. I have an issue with that.
Facts. To answer your question, Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it. I mean, I don't know how you can use it to move the needle in the GOAT debate, because like unless it's part. I mean, because it can't be part of anyone's criteria, right? That's all I care about. I mean, I'm not going to knock it. I think it's an award. It's an official NBA award, so I mean, you have to count it. But I mean, you can give someone credit for it. But I mean, I don't know how you can use it to rank players. If that's what you're asking. But
When you have players competing, you know.
yeah, I mean, you can have
That's
players
always
competing. Sure, it's a thing that's going from now forward. So you can. I would say if you're ranking players from its inception, and you're going to use that as a criteria, great. All time though, I don't know how you could kind of fit it in there.
Well, but that's the point, because the LeBron James, this will be something, because LeBron James is the standard for the GOAT. So from here on out, anybody who's going to challenge LeBron in the GOAT debate will have to have this on their resume.
Well, from now on, I mean,
yeah, for sure. It's only going to get more popular.
If there was a world tournament and Michael Jordan was the best player in that tournament, I think that tournament would matter. With all the best players in a tournament and Michael Jordan came out on top versus all the best players, I think that would matter.
well, I mean, sure, but I mean, what if that tournament got invented like 1993? Would we say that he was automatically a better player than like Magic or Bird because of that? No.
I still think it would matter.
Yeah.
In 93, I think if you said that in 89, maybe not. 93, he was talking about back-to-back championships. I mean, they would be saying he's the best player.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you're not going to be like, he's better than Larry Bird because Larry Bird didn't have an in-season tournament award.
Listen, if Jordan won an in-season tournament, he would have got praise for it. Stop it, Travis. Come on.
I mean, he got praise for scoring.
They would have said, don't matter if it's in the regular season or in the playoffs, Michael Jordan steps up to the plate. He's in-season MVP, inaugural. They would have been saying all that crazy nonsense. Stop that shit, man. Stop it.
I trust that you know
was not playing in '96, and that title mattered.
I trust that you know what I'm saying.
But listen,
it matters.
We're gonna get more into awards later in the GOAT debate, but we're gonna continue with the rest of the 2024 season and a nightmare for the Zesty Jeffries. Let's continue, because I really got some more here for you. No, I got some more. I got you, Trevor. Y'all gonna hate the IST. That's fine, but we all know the 40,000 is something serious.
The IST is no requirement except for being a professional NBA team. Like
40,000 is the truth. That's what we know. 40,000 is what LeBron James ended up. He ended up taking the reins with that. They were upset with him about that. I'm talking about taking the reins with 40,000 points. That's some gangster stuff right there, y'all. They were upset about that as well, saying it doesn't matter. It's all longevity. None of it should matter. And I don't know why it shouldn't matter, because 40,000 points is an accomplishment. It is called the greatest of all time. When we talk about scoring, the all-time scoring leader is LeBron James. Majority of my life, it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. After 2024, It is no longer that. It is only the GOAT. So how about this? Let's start with this. How significant was this, Craig?
This shit was big. I ain't gonna lie, it's big. 40,000 points. No one scored 39,000, let alone 40. So it is a big thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's the humongous thing. What about you, Travis?
Huge. I mean, I've said it before. Like, no one else is gonna. I don't think anyone else is gonna replicate that because you have to have a combination of not just luck, but like discipline, mental, just to take care of your body, skill, drive. More importantly, like, you've seen players retire just because they feel like they have nothing else to prove or they're tired. So I don't think it'll be done again, and it's a huge accomplishment for him.
The GOAT. He's the GOAT. All right, John. What do you know? Let them know, man. What does the 40,000 mean? Break it down, brother. Let them know.
40,000 for a wing and shooting over 50% from the field is crazy. I mean, the bar he's setting for the future, I almost believe is becoming unreachable. The new bar is you score consistently, you go to the finals consistently, you shoot 50% from the field consistency, and as a pass first guy to score 40,000 points is crazy. I mean, I don't even think people realize what he's done. The goal, I mean, this is a big man's thing. I mean, the big man is the number one scorer. The centers, the all-time scorers are centers. He's a small forward that we actually feel is a point guard. Has 40,000 points. I mean,
Yeah, what is a pass first player? How many field goal attempts you got to have per game to be considered a fast first player?
I don't look at the field goal attempts. I look at the way you play in the game. I mean, not only is he number one in scoring, he's number 4 all time in assists.
Are they the all-time though, John? Like, the top 3 scorers are who? Like Mike, LeBron, and Kobe's up there. So like you got forwards or guards, like 3 of the top 5 scorers of all time.
Kareem is 2. Karl Malone is 3. Kobe's 4. Mike 5.
Yeah, and LeBron's 1.
Yeah,
so.
That's the starting 5 right there.
But for years,
2 guards,
for years, it's always been big man. It was Wilt Chamberlain before him, before Kareem. I mean, it was always big man up there. Now you got wings. You finally do got wings up there. I mean, even Dirk was up there for his 7-footer. I mean, it's supposed to be easy for them to score.
Well, when KD reached 30,000, will he be considered?
Why is he considered a better scorer than LeBron James?
No, I'm just saying not being a better scorer, but would he be considered a wing guy? That's what I mean. Like, would he be considered a wing guy? Yeah, KD.
Yeah,
I think it's a better scorer than LeBron.
He's a 7-footer. That's why I asked. That's all. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be considered a wing guy.
I mean, it's more impressive for LeBron because of all the assists he have as well. He's the greatest offensive player we ever seen.
Yeah,
And I don't even think it's close.
It's not close.
And he never had help doing it.
I mean, I know we talking about like what LeBron James done in his career, but I mean, LeBron James is still doing things today that no one has ever done in a season or in a game. Like, you can't even, like, this stuff is like made up what LeBron James is still doing today. What he's still doing today, he's still setting bars that no one has ever even set before. Like, it is bizarre. Let's remove that for a second.
I got you. Let's get.
You got it.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Wait. Let's go.
All right. All right. So this in the regular season, he set 4 in-game records are only players. In the in-season tournament, he scored 35 and 5 in 23 minutes. No one has done that before. He had a game with 35, 12, 20 rebounds with 55 on field goal and 3-point percentage. No one has done that before. LeBron did this in year 21. No one has topped that. Then he had that 40.5 assists, 5 rebounds, and now 3-point game shooting while shooting 75%.
That was versus Brooklyn.
Yeah. No one has done this before. Then he had a 28, 17, 11, and 5 steal game with 55% shooting. No one has done this before. Then when you go to the postseason, 30, 25, 7, 6, 5 rebounds, 9 steals, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 3-point game shooting. No one has done this before. Then he had a 28, 17, 11, and 5 steal game with 55% shooting. No one has done this before. He averaged 27, 8, 6, 2, 1 on 55% shooting. No one in the postseason has had that stat line before. Nobody. In the regular season, he did two things: 25, 8 assists, and 40% three-point shooting. No one's done that before. He also had 25, 54% field goal percentage and 41% three-point percentage. No one has done that before.
Trash.
So what LeBron James, you can't really say what he's doing is longevity at this point, because what he is doing is unremarkable because no one has done this before. And the guy is 39 years old, and he
See,
is still
here we go with
doing
the
this
age
stuff.
thing, and then when they don't, when
He's
something
39
happens,
and he's still doing things that 20-year-olds, 25-years cannot do.
Well, he's
That's not
redefined
impressive.
he's redefined longevity. Let's just say that. The meaning of it
Is that
is
not
redefined.
impressive? Even at his age, he's still like year 21. The dude is doing things that no one has done before. No one could have put this player on the court and did this at any period of their lives. And LeBron James is doing this right now. Even in the Olympics, he averaged 14, 8, and 65% field goal percentage. No one's done that in the Olympic tournament before. No one's done that in an Olympic tournament before. And he did that this year. As well as he's the all-time leader in steals, triple doubles. I know he only got one. People got most of those. Tied. Then he had second most assists, second most gold medals, the fourth most games won. And then he's doing things no one has done in an Olympic career still. And there's players who played 6, 7 Olympics. He got gold medals for 3 different decades. And he was the MVP of the tournament. He was the best player. Even in in-season tournament, you put the best players healthy out, and LeBron James is the best player when his team is healthy. Like, there's no such thing as just saying it's long. This is not Vince Carter. This is not Robert Parrish. Just added on stats at the tail end of their career. LeBron James is doing things that no one has done before, and he's continued to do things that no one has done before. And if he continues to do that in year 22, I don't even know why there's a thing about who's the greatest player of all time. I mean, we could make an argument that LeBron James may be the greatest Olympic player ever. We could make I don't even think it's an argument. LeBron James the greatest high school player ever. I know people want to say Kareem because they just don't want to say LeBron, but it's clearly LeBron James is the best high school player of all time. I don't even think it's close with what LeBron James did in high school compared to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But I did make a graph of that, and you can see that LeBron James, all of Kareem's stats may not be there, but his points and rebounds are. LeBron had a better record as a high school player. Both of them won 3 titles. Kareem was 2-time player of the year. LeBron was as well. And he was also LeBron Pippen-Wade, Gatorade, USA, 3-time first team, just like Kareem. Like, Kareem is comparable, but you say Bill Russell shit don't matter because he played in the 60s. Kareem played in the 60s versus the high school players, and somehow he's still better than LeBron, even though his resume is similar, but not better than LeBron James. So LeBron James is clearly the better amateur player in high school. Kareem may have the college. LeBron has the Olympics. LeBron has the NBA. LeBron's the greatest fucking player we ever seen. If you add everything up, I don't even think it's close. LeBron James is the greatest player we have ever seen. If you the whole body of work, I know they want to say the whole body of work, Kareem college, but Kareem doesn't have the Olympics where this generation, the best players are playing in the Olympics. Olympics going to trump college when you're playing against the pros in the NBA versus college. Kareem won 3, LeBron won 3 gold medals. Kareem won 3 titles. High school, LeBron superior. NBA, LeBron superior. LeBron is the greatest player we've ever seen in our life, and people just don't want to admit it. They don't want to look at the stats. They don't want to look at the accomplishments. They don't want to look at what LeBron James is doing right now, but it's clearly LeBron James is the best player we have ever seen. And I don't even think it's a question.
opinion.
I mean,
Some
I
tirade.
think you just dropped the mic. I think you need to pick up your mic, Brandon. I think you dropped your mic because you dropped that one.
GOAT. The GOAT
All
of basketball.
depends on your criteria.
This is GOAT James.
I mean, LeBron has.
What's the criteria?
What
I mean,
criteria?
the criteria. You the best
You
player.
already know our criteria is stats, accolades, and achievements. And Brandon broke it down just lovely to show you all the stats, all the accolades and achievements that he did just this year alone. This is why it's a nightmare for this SD Jeffries. It's a complete nightmare for this SD Jeffries.
I mean, you can put
You the best player in
everything
the
up in
NBA.
front of them, and they'll still say it's somebody else. You put everything they did side by side, they'll still say someone did it better, no matter what it is. Stats don't mean everything, but somehow Robert Horry's not better than Michael Jordan.
Well, here's I mean, you can argue. Here's how you can argue.
No. Let's do this. No. Let's do this. Brandon, is LeBron James' teammates better than anybody's teammates because of All-Star selections?
I mean, that has never been a thing before, but no.
But that's what they say, correct? That's what we hear, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, All-Star selections in the past.
He had all the help in the world because of the players he has the numerous amount of All-Star selections, right? But when LeBron James reached his 20th All-Star selection, what were they saying about that? It was all longevity. They were crying and complaining. That's what they do best. But that's what LeBron James does. He just continues to go out there and perform because he loves the game of basketball.
Okay. Wow! Cool! Wonderful! Wow! Go James Kingdom!
What is that?
Go James Kingdom!
Where do you find it at? Where's Go James Kingdom? Show Daddy where Go James Kingdom is.
Just Kingdom!
So, if All-Star selections matter for help and teammates to determine how great somebody's teammates can be, what does 20 All-Star selections mean for the GOAT debate? 20. That's an NBA record. 20 straight, the most in NBA history. They want to knock that too. It don't count for LeBron? Does it count for LeBron, Travis?
In my criteria, I don't use that. So yes, it counts for LeBron as far as his overall career, but I don't use that for any player. So
you don't use that for any player.
No, it's a fan voted thing. Why would I use it in my criteria? I think it's disingenuous.
Oh my God!
You can't really rank it anyway because he's so far ahead.
It's a popularity award. It's not based on stats. It's like literally who's your favorite player, vote him in. It's not statistically based. The All NBA team is way more legit than that. If we're going to use that, I think it's great. But there have been players that have been snubbed on that as well in favor, like we saw this year. But it's the All-Star game is just for fun. I would never use that as part of my overall criteria, just because it's a fan thing. They're directly anything that players aren't directly in control of is not on the list.
20 times, man. What about you, Craig? It doesn't count neither way, right? For teammates nor just in general, correct?
Well, I always tell people the same reason y'all got Scottie Pippen better than Wade, the same reason I got Jordan better than LeBron. So I'm put it like that.
What's that reason?
What's that?
Hey, whatever y'all say that makes Pippen better than Wade is the same reason Jordan's better than LeBron.
It's longevity. It's longevity.
I never thought Scottie was better than D Wade.
I can show you why Scotty's better than D Wade, but what's called? Y'all not gonna like that. Y'all not gonna like that.
Blasphemy, John. What's going on?
You
didn't see that Friday night, John?
Wade from Chicago. That's hometown with me. So I might have a little bias towards D Wade. So when you're from hometown and I seen you play in high school personally, I seen Wade and D Rose play in high school. I have a little bit of bias on that part.
Well, I don't know. When you put Dwayne Wade in this class, then he'll be better than Scottie Pippen.
I don't see LeBron in that class. I see Jordan in there, so that means Jordan is better than LeBron by your logic.
No. No, not at all. Because LeBron got 20 All NBAs. Dwayne Wade don't got that.
Dwayne Wade was a great defender, though.
In fact, none of these dudes got 20 All NBAs. So So again, what makes Dwayne Wade better than Scottie Pippen? Is it stats?
Listen, whatever y'all say, the reason.
No, I just want to know. I want to know. No, you got to tell us.
Players are
No.
way better than the 90s.
You got to tell us why Dwayne Wade's better than Scottie Pippen. Is it based off stats? Are we using stats?
Every player on his roster, Pippen is better than. So whatever
Yeah.
reason Pippen is better than his teammates, if Jordan's help better than LeBron's help, then Jordan is better than LeBron based on that same logic.
So this
Let's
is the
just
only
say why
reason.
Wade's better than
No.
Pippen. Let's just say why Wade's better than Pippen.
So this is the reason I
You
have Wade
should
better.
know that. It's easy.
That's
It's
all
because-
I've been hearing.
It's
No.
because
Craig's not right because LeBron James has 20 All NBAs.
Listen, the same.
I'm counting All
reason-
NBA and All Defensive selections. LeBron has 6 All Defensive selections. He's top 5 in All Defensive. Oh, he's top 10 in All Defensive selections, but he's top 5 in All Defensive First Team selections. And he's number 1 in All NBA First Teams and he's number 1 in total selections. So you cannot include LeBron. LeBron's in a class of his own. What I just brought up was a class of Scottie Pippen to show you how great Scottie Pippen is and why he's better than Dwayne Wade.
What he has the most first team selections. He's in a group with the most first team selections.
He has more first team selections than Dwayne Wade does. Yeah.
And LeBron too.
No, he doesn't. Not Scottie Pippen. I mean,
got
all you mean on all defense?
All
Yes.
defensive.
Yeah. Scottie Pippen is second all time in all defensive first teams.
Yeah.
so you could
Yeah.
you could say that Dwayne Wade's, but I mean, if it's your cup of tea, and like it's the other thing I think it's not fair to Pippen is because Pippen was never given the reins for like 10 straight years to be like his own leader. But I think that even if he was, I think that you can't really argue that Dwayne Wade was the better two-way player because he did do it. He was
Based
carrying
off
his team
what?
offense.
What are you using it off?
He was
Stats.
Okay, so he
Are
was
we
carrying
using
his-
stats? That's
Yes,
my question.
he was carrying his team offensively for at least until he was drafted to at least 2011. He was doing so at an above-average clip from an efficiency standpoint in that toughest
Facts.
era to score in, and
Facts.
he was doing so while winning like first and second team all defense, like every single year. So he was the best player on both ends of his team every single year for like the first decade of his career. So that's why you could say Scottie Pippen never proved that.
What? Scottie Pippen never.
You ain't see what he did in '94? He was
Based
a foul call away from the Eastern
Wait.
Conference
No,
Finals.
Based
You
off
ain't
He did say from a big span. He did say from a 10-year span. He did use Travis did use
Yeah.
that.
03 to 11, he was a great two-way player, transcended, one of the best in the league.
Why you count two
but-
decades?
but-
You count two
but
decades.
what
That's
does-
not 2 decades.
What does being
Let's say
the
2
main
decades.
man on your team has to do with being a great player, though?
Nothing.
Like there's been,
all.
I said,
there's
if you're the main man, because you're a
Richmond
two-way.
was the best player on his team for 10 years. That doesn't mean that he's better than Scottie Pippen. Like that
But
don't
he-
really.
Yeah, in
match
that
up.
case, you're basically saying Reggie Miller is better than Scottie because he took a team to the finals that Scottie couldn't, right? So that's what you're basically saying because he was the man.
Listen,
Like y'all really don't be making no sense with
Reggie
that.
Miller
When
won
we
the
all
best-
know
Reggie
Jordan
Miller
was
won the best
1
time
and
for
9. When we all know Jordan was 1 and 9 without Scottie Pippen. But you know what? This is why we got to give Craig and Travis a round of applause as MJ delegates. They try to derail the Zesty Jeffrey nightmare train by talking about Scottie Pippen and Dwayne Wade. We were no, you brought it up because we were talking about 20 All-Star selections for teammates because we know Dwayne Wade got 13 and Scottie only got 7. Right? We know Chris Bosh has what 11 or 12 All-Star selections.
11.
Scottie
11.
Pippen only got 7. I think Kyrie Irving got 7 All-Star selections. Or more than Scottie Pippen. But y'all were all upset.
One person, you named like 5 of so
I know because y'all said All Star again. Y'all so wait. So do All Star selections matter? And the GOAT having the most should matter.
Pippen to every best teammate he played on.
Also, Dwayne Wade finished top 10 in MVP voting
And
10 times.
I think even Anthony Davis.
Or 8 times, sorry.
Anthony
played
again.
with one
All
player.
stars
He
with
ran
All Stars.
5 players, and you can keep going.
No,
but
but
why
he,
going? You can keep going.
LeBron didn't have 10 years with all those players.
So All Stars
It's
matter
not-
again.
All Stars matters again. Yeah, they matter again.
It
I'm
matters
just saying,
again?
all I said was you just named like 5 players for LeBron and you named 1 for Jordan.
I named
That's
their
all.
All-Star selections. I named how many times they had All-Star selections. But players like Chris Bosh only had 1 All-NBA. So what's that? What's better? Scottie Pippen 7 All-NBAs? Or Bosh's 1 All-NBA? None of them got more. Matter of fact, you can take Chris Bosh's All NBA. You can take Anthony Davis's All NBA, and it still don't matter to Scottie Pippen's amount.
Well,
and then if you take
thought-
Scottie Pippen,
people drafted Wade and Bosh because they thought they could lead a team. They drafted Pippen because he could help a team. That's the big difference.
Oh, let's see. Here we go. He said they drafted Pippen because somebody needed help. They drafted Pippen because somebody needed help. And guess what? And when the 2024 season started, the 2024 calendar year started, it got really bad for the Zesty Jeffries because somebody went back into the 90s and started showing y'all how Jordan wasn't even the man and how horrible he was going left. Then the whole we are done with the 90s.
Now was it the 90s he went?
Well, it started with the 80s at first, but it got popular with the 90s because when they were talking about the 80s, nobody cared. It wasn't until we got to the 90s and started talking about how trash the 90s was, that's when it got serious, and then the left hand thing went crazy, and all the Zesty Jeffries were crying and complaining.
But it's big enough to get your hand right up inside it. Stuff the shit out of it. I cook it with all the giblets, the penises and the ginies. And now a lot of people like to baste their turkeys, but I use this. I lick like that and get into the little hanging.
Help! Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand. Ah, come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage.
Big trash.
Big
trash.
Good hand too. That's a good hand.
You can't be done talking about something for the 2 years and count. You ain't done that.
No.
All I know is Jordan never let him play up the ball. You can't say the same for Pippen.
The biggest thing he did, I think he forced people to watch some of the games from the 90s. I believe that's the biggest thing that changed with that movement. People actually went back and start watching some of the games from the 80s and 90s, and people didn't like
the stats on this award.
They've been hearing.
John, no. Get back on this Dwayne Wade thing. Have our back. He's better than Scottie Pippen. Come on.
I mean, you heard me say that. I said when Craig first brought up, I said I thought Wade was better. A better player.
Any dominant two-way player is going to be better than a sidekick every day.
Like I said, he was drafted to help a team. They were drafted to lead one. Drop that.
I mean, Scotty,
you guys are hilarious, bro.
Scotty was the number 6 pick or 8th pick. I can't remember.
Wade finished top 10 in MVP voting 8 times. It wasn't like he was just out there. Like, he was amazing. Wade's underrated. If anything.
Anyone that played with a player wearing number 23 is underrated.
Yes.
Y'all are something else, bro. Y'all are truly something else. But we know that the We Are Done with the 90s was a big trend. And it got very popular. And a lot of people started going back watching those 90s games. They started pulling up the tapes. They started noticing all the bad things about Michael Jordan. It really got bad for them. It really did. And, at the end of the day, those were real footages. I don't know why y'all was so upset. Those were real, actual footages of that man doing all those horrible moves. He wasn't using his left hand.
That was the 80s. By the 90s, he already established the left hand. It was the 80s he didn't have no left. Y'all keep masquerading the 90s, but the 80s he didn't have no left. He established it by the time the 90s came. And get about this.
That was
90s, they made a rule. They made a rule to prevent people from harming each other. In this era, they made a rule to stop pretending like you got hurt from somebody. That's the difference between the 90s and today's era.
That movie was done because of fans.
That was done because of what?
that was done because of fans. The flagrant foul was invented because Jordan was complaining to the NBA.
And they was the flopping. What do you think the flopping came from?
The flopping started in the 90s.
And why did they make a rule of it by 20-something years after the fact? Y'all perfected it by today, right? They're more skilled in advance, so you can more skillfully advance and flop in this era, and they had to put a stop to it. Y'all can't say everything is much better as far as technology and everything, and can't accept that they learned how to flop better in this era to the point where they had to make a rule about it.
Yeah, it was a lot going. I think they did need to bring it down some, no doubt. But I mean, is an advantage that you can use, and it was an advantage that was being used, and why not use it? So I did think it needed to come down some because it was too much flopping going on. But it was a flopping that was started in the 90s. Dennis Rodman was known as the biggest.
And then, okay, so what if the flagrant foul thing would have never happened? We'd have been still seeing WWE today.
No doubt. They needed,
okay,
it was a
so
change.
After that rule was in place, it affected every player after. Everyone benefited it, not just one player. Everybody benefited and not worried about getting beat up.
The game wasn't as physical as being told. I mean, Brandon showed the film of all this physical play that wasn't physical play. I mean,
we can go through every era and show something we can say because we wouldn't be saying it if we didn't see it in that era. Of course, we can show that. I can show stats. I can say something about this era and show you footage too. We wouldn't be saying it if we didn't.
I can show you physical play in this era.
They play physical basketball still. You still got to play physical basketball.
The game
it's still physical. You see what Boston did to Brooklyn. What happened when it was a physical series? They swept them.
Oh, you are so bad. See, look.
I mean,
this is why
one of the reason the Olympics is difficult for U.S. because it's more physical. It's more physical, and they let a lot of things go that they don't in the NBA. And you saw what LeBron did to them. He just bullied them. You can't bully the bully, so that's why he's the MVP.
I think I mean watching him play in the Olympics, you look at him play. It's like if he played in the 90s, he actually had the advantage. He's bigger than everybody he's going up against. I think he was. I mean, as far as weight, I think he's bigger than Patrick Ewing.
Well,
so just think about
that. Patrick Ewing couldn't even move. Patrick couldn't even move side to side.
Craig is brilliant, boy. That's why they love you, Craig. They're already talking about you cooking us in the comments because we were talking about this 2024 nightmare for the Zesty Jeffries, and we keep being derailed because Craig is a master manipulator.
Y'all be playing some multiple stuff, and they just be going with it because it sounds good to LeBron James.
So let's do this, right? So we know after all the All-Star stuff, all that happened, we got to the playoffs. The Zesty Jeffries got a little something. LeBron lost in the first round, right? He didn't get swept though, so that kind of saved us because they were hoping LeBron was going to get swept. So that ended up happening. But then LeBron James ended up doing the real thing, which was winning 20 All-NBA selections, which now y'all cannot knock that at all. 20 All-NBA selections. The next closest guy has, 15? Not even nowhere near LeBron when we talking about that. And they were really, really upset about that.
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway.
That was something serious to do. 20 Brandon knew when I told Brandon when the 20 All-NBA selections come through.
Who voted for the All-NBA selections? Who voted for them?
Now you got me.
I just want to ask because
now you got me. The media. Now you got me, Craig. The media votes for the All-NBA selections, and this is what they voted for LeBron. LeBron made the third team, which we all know he should have been second team because, as Brandon explained illustriously earlier and eloquently earlier, how LeBron had one of the most phenomenal NBA seasons of all time, not just for being 39, not just for the 20th NBA season or the 21st NBA season, but just in general. Doesn't matter what part of their career there was. So these were the votes for LeBron. LeBron did get the 20 All-NBAs and the 20 All-Star selections within the same year. So to cap off the 2024 season.
Hate LeBron?
No, but I'm just saying, to cap off the 2024 season, it was incredible. It was phenomenal. Like, that was what LeBron James did. And Brandon got more. Go ahead, Brandon. Give him what you got by what he did for the 2024 season, because I know you got something for that as well.
So I got what he did in his accomplishments. So I know they don't like to talk about the in-season champion, but hey, the in-season MVP means something because he was the best player over a 7-game series. When a 4-game series MVP matters a lot, such as the Finals MVP. Then he was an all-tournament as well, all NBA, All-Star. We already talked about. He's Player of the Week, one of the weeks. He got the gold medal. He was the All-Star 5 on the Olympic, means the top 5 players, Olympic MVP. This resume right here, this is easily a top 5 player. Most likely, if someone had this resume, they'd most likely be the best player in the league. But LeBron James literally had a top 5.
Championship and a medal in the same season. This is the second time he's done that.
You said what?
This is the second time he won an MVP, a championship, and a gold medal. This is the second time he's done that.
Ooh, look at Craig. Check out
this
Craig.
This is
the
light version. The light version, but he did. It's the light version, but he did.
I'm just saying, Craig, they throwing stones and they surprised they might have to throw one your way over here in the comments. They might.
Him and Jordan's the only 2 players to do that, by the way.
Oh my God. Oh, and listen, keep going. Let them know, Brandon. Let them know more about this 2024 season. Go ahead, let them know, Brandon.
Just like I said, those 2 MVPs mean something, even though it's just what 7 and 6 game tournament or series. You know, it should be up there as the Finals MVP. That's 4 to 7 games. So I don't see a reason why it's not. It's the same amount of games and more, to be honest with you. So these should actually mean something when LeBron James do it, because it would definitely mean something if someone else did it. But
what do you think it means, though? I'm just curious.
It means that he was the best player when everyone was trying to compete.
The best. Travis, you really gonna argue that?
No, I mean, that's what it means literally, but I mean, I think you're trying to make it seem like, okay, let's just say, for example, if for whatever reason, theoretically, if you had him 3rd, and let's say your GOAT was Wilt and Magic Johnson, would you be like using that to say, hey, LeBron won this in-season tournament and the Olympic gold, I'm going to use the in-season tournament to hike him up where he leapfrogs one of these guys? Is that what you would say?
Well, what I would say, what LeBron James did in that year, and I would compare it to them. I would compare it at their stage and at their peak. Because what LeBron James did in year 21, age 39, is so whatever he did, we all saw what he did, is just so high up in the charts that no one has done this before. And that even adds on to why LeBron was able to do that, because he was still one of the best players in the league, one of the best players of all time. At his age, at his age and at the years, he's still this top player. He's still this top player.
I think
like he hasn't fallen off. He has not fallen off. Like, you have these players with their primes. You have these players with their primes. And LeBron James is still going similar to their prime in their year 5 or 7. LeBron James in year 21.
That's fine. That's why we use
21. No player could have done what LeBron James has done.
LeBron numbers in year 5 and 7 and 9, they was doing something. He was making the finals with those numbers. His numbers, they're saying his numbers are good, but they're not impactful like they were when he was in year 10. Yes,
but y'all playing the results. But that's playing the results.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's playing the results, though. You're just saying, well, he didn't do nothing. You're just playing off of the results. That's Monday quarterbacking.
That's what the stats That's his fault. You supposed to
Why?
get results.
Why is LeBron James what he's doing not
You
impactful?
can have a show every
The
week.
stats are the results. That's the results right there. The stats. That's the production. That's the
No,
impact.
what I'm saying is his stats is not impactful on the team like they were when he was putting up them stats 10, 15 years ago.
Well, that's why. But see, that's why this whole year, Brandon, we're gonna get to the Olympics very shortly. I'm almost done because we're at the end of 2024, right? That's why this year has been such a nightmare for the Zesty Jeffries. Cause see, when this guy right here was being called Jordan's son, cause he was beating Joker. Cause see, remember the playoffs started, nobody could beat Joker. He's the best player in the NBA. All his stats, everything that he did, mind you, the Joker had a better season this year than he did last year. But it's not impactful enough to win a championship because Jordan's son showed up. But Jordan got a bunch of love childs out there. He got a bunch of illegitimate stuff. So, but when Anthony Edwards ended up choking, right, and ended up losing and not making the finals, they were all on him. He was no longer impactful. It got bad for them because they were rooting. Remember, they were rooting for Kyrie Irving, right? Because that's who ended up beating Jordan's son.
I already said Boston was going to win. So I already said Boston.
But you're not a Zesty Jeffrey. You're an MJ delegate. There's two different. See, there's MJ fans, which is one thing I want.
Stop talking to the MJ stands then. Stop. That's how.
No, I gotta address all the Zesty Jeffries because they're safe in the comments. They're not gonna show up to the panel when the link get. When
Do we still have any Zesties in the chat? I think we chased them all.
No, they were upset, right? So they thought Kyrie. Now they said. Oh, y'all not gonna let me cook. I got a whole resume for y'all. I got everything for y'all, man. Cause we had Luka, right? Remember they loved Luka, but when Luka couldn't win the championship and they hurt their feelings because Kyrie Irving, the guy who was supposed to win a championship without LeBron James, they wanted to hate so bad. And like Craig said, it was Boston all the way, but they couldn't accept it because they didn't like nobody in Boston. Remember, they don't like Tatum because he says he's Kobe, right? So they don't like that at all, right? They don't like Jaylen Brown because he don't got a left hand. Even though just like Jordan, he ain't got a left hand. They didn't like him neither. So they couldn't root for Boston because we know Jordan never beat Boston. So they could never really root. They were really, really upset about that. All of that happened. And then all of a sudden, their leader, the Zesty Jeffrey leader, went out on national television and said this.
But Magic Salty, I get it. We know what it is, the great rivalry. Essay, is Boston now the best NBA franchise?
Not so fast. Magic Johnson, never fear. Your boy Stephen A is here. I understand that they have 18 championships to the Lakers' 17 championships. I get that. I will remind you, Eminem, Wendy, that the Boston Celtics have 23 NBA Finals appearances. The Los Angeles Lakers have 32. So yes, you do have one more ring. That is fair. But the Los Angeles Lakers have 9 more finals appearances, which means that although they have one less title, their time spent in relevancy is significantly more than yours. That would make you the better overall franchise.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was the start of the nightmare during the whole 2024 summer. It was bad from there on out for the Zesty Jeffries. Brandon, you know I got more, Brandon. It got bad. It got bad. Because then, what's his name came out? Jeff Van Gundy came out and said this.
Who's the greatest basketball player of all time?
The greatest career of I'm gonna break it up because I'm not gonna just fall prey to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you. We're gonna remix it.
I've been in the corner. He's had me in the corner many times before, and might as well just be yelling "Huda Who" and coming with up because I don't like being in the corner because he manipulates it, right? So I don't think you can argue that the greatest basketball career to date and still adding to it is LeBron James. I just don't think you can argue that with all he's been able to accomplish, all the records, and really the longevity is just, really an incredible feat.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Then, after that, y'all, we had the Tom Haberstroh article dropped saying Michael Jordan was out here faking steals to win Defensive Player of the Year award. Ladies and gentlemen, that really stirred up a lot in the Zesty Jeffrey world. They couldn't understand what was going on. Who is this guy? Where is this film? How is he bringing up all this stuff? They were completely upset, and he proved everything he said. He had film. We did everything about it. It was complete nightmare for the Zesty Jeffries. They could not, they didn't know what to do. It got so bad, they started snitching on the 80s. They started saying everybody was doing it. Everybody's numbers is cooked. It was bad. It was horrible for the Zesty Jeffrey. There was nothing they could do about it. It was horrible. So at the end of the NBA season, to start off the summer, it was just bad. It was just a horrible time to be a Zesty Jeffrey. There was nothing you can lean on. Even with LeBron James losing in the first round of the playoffs, it was just a complete debacle. So I don't know if y'all remember that. Brandon, do you remember those times? That wasn't that long ago, but I was having fun. It was fun. Do you remember that?
I remember those times. And, they had a little bit of relief of LeBron, then, move to the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the only time they had some relief during that season. But, like we always know, it's constant hate with LeBron James. They look at every little thing. They look at every little game. Every game is something to dispel him from the GOAT conversation. Like, they really work hard. Even Craig said that what he's doing, his production does not lead to wins. Like, I don't even know really what that's supposed to mean.
What I'm saying is, see, here we go. Y'all say it's 20
Yeah.
years of
Okay. Explain it.
Let me explain what I'm saying. I'm saying, what was his average this season?
25 something.
25, 8 and 8, something like that.
Okay, what was his stats in 2013?
2013, probably like 27, 7 and 7, something like that. Close to it.
We talking stats?
No, he said that he didn't know what I was mean, and I said, yes, he played great, but the impact on his stats is different from what they were 15 years ago. You can't compare what he did 15 years ago to now, because his stats back then meant more to his team than they do now. Put it like this: it's it's more impressive to score 30 points when your team scored 90 than when you score 30 points and your team scores 120. And that's what I feel basically everybody's doing this season.
Okay. I have a question. Was Giannis impressive this year? Because his stats were similar when he won the title a couple of years ago. Does his stats not lead to wins?
He was hurt.
I mean, he played over 60 games.
He didn't play the first round.
Okay, but since he won the title, he played in the first round, and he hasn't won since. Do his stats not lead to wins as well? Like, his production doesn't lead to wins no more?
He only won one time. He's been in the league 13 years. He won one time. So you can
what about Jokic? What about Jokic? Huh? Do his stats lead to wins, or is it overrated as well?
Oh yeah, everybody say his shit is overrated, but everybody say he overrated.
So basically, when someone doesn't win a title, their stats is overrated.
You saying someone who's been in the league for 20 years putting up the same level of consistency 20 years, then the same thing they was doing in year 14 or 15, since he's putting up the same stats, should be the same results. You telling me about somebody who's been in the league 7 years and been a champ who just lost his defending title this year? You comparing someone who's 7 years to someone who's 20 years.
So you're saying LeBron should win a title every year? Is that what you're saying?
The way y'all talk about him, yes.
So he should win every year. So you think LeBron James should win a title every year?
The way y'all speak about him and what he's doing, no one's ever been done to do this before. He was doing it in year 10 when he was winning championships. So if he's doing the same thing in year 10, the way y'all speak, he should be doing the same thing in year 21.
Okay, is there any other player who should have won a title as the best
Everybody
player in
should
the league in
win
year 21?
every year.
So you're saying that LeBron James is like a step above everybody because even in year 20 he should be winning
No, what
titles.
I'm saying is if y'all want to talk to him like he's a step above everybody, hold him to that same standard above everybody. Don't use his age as an excuse that he don't win, but use his age as an excuse.
But hold on, we didn't say he lost because of his age. We just said that y'all put the expectation on him for being 39 years old, like if he's 27 years old.
Every year. Chris says he win every year.
That's what I'm saying. If he had Dwayne Wade instead of Anthony Davis, he probably does win a championship in 2024, like he did in 2013.
He left Wade. Y'all forget he left.
He should have left Wade. He should have left Wade.
Wade was done at that time anyway.
It was done at that time. There was nothing Dwayne Wade could give to him.
So I do have another question. So why don't the MVP win the title every year if the best player is supposed to win every year?
Because that's the media. That's the
media vote.
The people who vote for it.
That's the media
vote.
Okay. So basically, just thinking about last year, not knowing who won the title, who should have won the title last year? If we didn't know that Boston was going to win, who should have won the title?
Last year? Who should have won the title?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, who should we? Even midway through, who did we think should have won the title? Jokic. So basically, you're saying that Jokic's production does not mean anything because he didn't win a title. Because that's what you're saying about LeBron.
Well, he won 3 MVPs and no titles during those years. The one year he didn't win the MVP, he was the champion.
This is the media. This is the media thinking of who's.
But you said Jokic should have won it too. You said Jokic should have won it too.
He should have won this year. They was the defending NBA champions. They should have won. They should have repeated. They was great last year.
Because they had what? Because they had the better team, not because they had a player that had production that impacted the team somehow. They just had the better team.
Jordan averaged 37 points in a season and got swept in the first round. No one would. I mean, the best players do not always win.
Well, look. I'm sorry, Travis. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, to Craig's point, like, okay, so it's a lot different. So the reason why I think he has a point about LeBron, kind of, is that LeBron offense is offense no matter what age you are. So the fact that he's still putting up 25, 80 on great efficiency, especially from 3-point range, is impressive, and that's equal to anything he's done offensively throughout his entire career. The main difference is that, and I'm not saying that it's the end-all be-all, as in fact Lakers here, but he's not the insane force that he was on defense all those years from like 08 to 18. He's not leading the league in defensive box minus or being top 5 every single year. He's not holding his opponents to like 18% below their effective field percentage, like one-on-one. He's not like he can't transition or switch as much. He's still good, but he was just transcendent back then. Now, also, it's a different game. From 2008 to like 2013, when he was like just like superhuman, that's when it was still a very dead ball, slow era. It started to ramp up a little bit in 2015 and on now. Now it's like you have to have the perfect team in the most depth to win a championship. Somebody who can hit the most threes, who has the most depth, who has the best 3-and-D guys. You could actually get away with it back then from like 08 to like 13 when teams were winning just based on their defense, based upon the low post presence. It wasn't like it is now where you had to take 43s and a really efficient clip in order to have a chance, like we saw the Celtics do, and they were by far the deepest team ever, or not ever, but this year. So that's what we're seeing. That's the big difference in LeBron's game. The reason why it's not translated into the championships every year is because regardless of your superhuman or regardless of your contribution, you do have to have the best team now to win. Jokic didn't win because his teammates did not show up. He still had one of the best years ever, like statistically, and like from an efficiency standpoint. They didn't win because his teams were on milk cartons the last 2 or 3 games of these series. And so, like, that's why they're not winning. You have to have the best team.
Okay.
The Lakers are trash.
I don't think LeBron James has ever won with the best team. I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think the biggest difference in LeBron's game is on the defensive side, because he used to be able to recover from the rim to the 3-point line. His recovery speed was crazy because he could protect the rim and he can guard his man. If his man was at the 3-point line, he could play both. He was like a free safety who could lock you down too. and that's the biggest difference in his game. So when you say his stats are the same, but it ain't making championships. His stats are the same. It's the defensive side that has changed for LeBron James, not the offensive side, because he's still doing it on the offensive side. But on the defensive side, he can't bring it the way consistently he used to bring it, because he can still lock you down. He can still play good defense. But it was at one point in the game, from the tip ball to whenever the game stopped, he was the best defender on the floor at all times. I don't care who he was playing against. He was the best defender on the floor, period. So when people say that his stats are the same, but it ain't winning, that's not true. He's still winning, but it's on the defensive side that his game has changed. So when you talk about a decline in his game, it's on the defensive side, not the offensive side at all. Actually, on the offensive side, he's gotten better since his prime. I mean, he shot over 50% from the field this season and 40% from three. That's
I mean,
come on,
like
man.
and also the way the game has changed too. The way the game changes too. He's spending more energy playing defense than he ever did in 2013.
Yeah.
The game is more fast paced, is more spread out. You even seen him in the Olympics. He didn't have a problem guarding anybody because the game is similar, and he's not constantly chasing people off the 3-point line. He could actually play in areas that would make him successful. He was guarding Bogdanovich when he was on fire, guarding Jokic. Like he had, it's just the game is different. You don't really see anyone defending like LeBron James did in 2013 because the game is so different. I know they want to say that, you know, he took a big step back on defense, but the way the game is played is completely different, and people just don't understand that.
But Billy, LeBron was getting dunked on by French croissant cookers.
See, look, this is why you guys are really great, man. Because you know what, Craig, you are the best, Craig. Craig derailing the topic. Because we are supposed to be talking about how horrible it is for the Zesty Jeffries. Craig don't want to let the Zesty Jeffries get their punishment for being such mean individuals. Because before we going to let Brandon go in on the Olympics, y'all remember after LeBron James' son, Bronny James, got drafted, they were going in on LeBron. They were just going in on everything. Nepotism was a new word. It was one of the top trending words on the internet. They were completely upset. But karma comes back. Because we all know, karma comes back. Because we all know by the end of the summer, we saw Michael Jordan's son out here hanging out in Paris talking about the Olympics. And this is what y'all get. This is for all you Zesty Jeffries who found a new word called nepotism. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the GOAT James Kingdom. Listen, GOAT James Kingdom Show. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This is your karma coming back to you.
You're able to do drugs during the day and still function, still do your job.
Well, how the fuck else would you do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to straighten your life out, Marcus Jordan. Jeffrey, you need to go check your son. Because y'all was sitting around here disrespecting somebody who was out here just giving his son the best opportunity to accomplish his dream. And instead, you guys, like we always said, you Zesty Jeffries, you guys are deadbeat fathers. We know this. You guys would rather spend money on Jordans than your child support, so much that your wife taxes get taken away from you. Because you are not here paying your child support. You guys have no idea what it is to be a father, because Michael Jordan was never a father to his own children. And that's the karma y'all get. And this all happened during the Olympics while y'all was sitting around here hating on GOAT James because he was voted as the flag bearer and he was bringing home the gold. Y'all were completely upset. I don't ever remember any American athlete, male athlete, holding the flag like that. Look at them cheering. In France, our allies who helped us win the Revolutionary War. Y'all don't know shit. This is why you come to GOAT James Kingdom and start crying in the comments. And that's all you good for, is for crying in the comments. So after LeBron James did all that greatness, you still gonna cry. So let's get to the Olympics, because this is why let's cap it off with the Olympics. Let's put the icing on the cake. Let's put the topper on the cake.
All right. So I know we all say how Steph Curry should have won MVP because those 2 games he had, but we have to look at who was consistent throughout the whole time. LeBron led him like basically every category but points.
And that's
First
at the
in
end.
assists,
And that was at the end.
rebounds,
If Stephen
defensive
Curry hits,
rebounds, steals.
yeah.
I mean, field goal percentage, field goals made, 2-point percentage, 2-pointers made, efficiency, second in points by 4 points to Steph because he won that fury at the end, the last 2 minutes. Most field goals made, second highest, plus or minus, next to Booker, I believe it was. I mean, and then we even look at where he's at all time in the U.S. He's number 1 in wins, games won in the Olympics for a U.S. player. Second in points, field goals made, rebounds, defensive rebounds. He's actually first in steals. I don't know why I put that right there. Second in gold medals, 4th in 3-pointers made, 5th in blocks. Right, what? This guy.
Who's first in medals? Is it Melo?
No,
For what?
KD.
That's right. I think Melo had him. Okay.
KD. No, KD just won his 4th.
Said what'd you say? Who has more what?
Melo got 3.
Gold medals.
Melo, I think, got 3.
Gold medals, yes. Melo has 3 with LeBron.
The kid needs to go, so.
No, they were upset. Brandon, you remember they were upset? Remember they were talking crap? They were asking silly questions about who was supposed to do this, who was supposed to do that, who was going to be the leader of the team. You remember he got voted as the captain. They were all upset. You know what I'm saying?
He's a leader. They're going to lose.
Yeah, we all know Rob Parker. We played it plenty of times. Rob Parker with his idiot comments and all this crazy stuff. And then he went out there and balled y'all and showed y'all in the exhibition game why he is the GOAT and why he decided all these guys were going to play. Remember, he chose who was going to come on the team. So he was the GM like usual. So he went out there, he got chosen as the captain. They were all upset. And then we were having some struggling games. And who stepped up? The GOAT.
Team has been very unsettled. Ball moving, going side to side. There's an Embiid here with a lift and a backcut. How pretty is that? For LeBron James in the jam. How about that? They've done that nicely. The spacing.
Edwards, James, LeBron, aggressive.
How about that? How did he stay in the air that long?
He's at the NBA level, has knocked down 5 of 8 and has 20 points today.
Look out there jamming it up, letting it force to the deep shot, taking advantage. LeBron.
Thor will pick him up.
Hole all over Steph.
LeBron drives for the lead. He puts it in. With 8 seconds.
I knew it.
Brought home the gold.
Shot should have been blocked. Oh my God.
I mean, they were really upset. I mean, they brought home the gold. They were still angry.
I mean, it literally was that MVP. They didn't want to see LeBron with that MVP. I think that hurts more than anything.
Hey, Brandon, you ain't lying. I mean,
That hurt more than anything. Like that, they're still talking about it. It hurts their soul. I mean, what they played 5 exhibition games, 6. So that's 11 games total.
Mm-hmm.
And like they really, like Steph Curry played great in 2 of them. But it was 11 games, and we saw during the exhibition, LeBron James was leading everyone through the way, closing out games, and all the way up until the Olympics, he played great.
I mean,
I don't think it was a question. It wasn't a question.
KD was hurt. It'd been a different story.
I mean, that's unfortunate. He was hurt.
Brandon, I think you so on point because Skip Bayless had came out and said Steph had won the MVP, and I thought Steph had won it because he had went on social media and said, "Hey, LeBron James almost won it, and Steph won the MVP." So I thought Steph had won the MVP until they announced it. Like, what is he talking about? Steph won the MVP, but they just came out and said LeBron won it. So they didn't want him to win the MVP. I mean,
they didn't want
they started to push Steph. When LeBron was the most consistent,
I
and
mean,
you're
yeah,
right.
the media came out and was like, it has to be Steph. Like, let's hurry up and change this narrative before people vote. Hopefully they hear us. LeBron James cannot have this MVP. They don't want they don't want to use this in the GOAT debate. So it's a lot easier if he didn't have it. It's a lot easier if he wasn't voted the best player in the world.
At 39.
Best player in the world.
At
Craig,
39.
I thought Craig was going. I thought Craig was going to get in on me. I thought Craig was going to get in.
Craig tired. He's tired of it. He's done talking about it.
I think we need
It's
to say that
it's
more.
been like this since for the last 3 years. He's
I mean, LeBron production.
No one we had ever seen this. What happened? Oh, he's old. He's 39. What you expect him to do? Y'all didn't have these expectations for Jordan.
I mean, the real best player in the world was
a rinse and repeats.
How's he the best player if he didn't win the title? That's what. I mean, Craig laid it out there. If your production don't lead to a title, you're not. You're disappointing.
Craig didn't mean that.
Obviously, LeBron James' production led to the gold medal and the MVP. Obviously, it led to that.
I mean, LeBron James did something stat line in the Olympics that's never been done before. That's why he was the MVP, because his production led to the gold medal and the MVP.
I mean, LeBron was the best player in 09. He didn't win shit, and we don't.
He said he did. He did what?
LeBron was by far the best player ever in like 09 or in the league. And like, we don't hold that against him. Didn't win, right?
Well, I think. Wait a minute.
No, I'm just saying what Craig said.
No, but wait a minute. I think Chilltown said this recently that I think only like 8 or 9 MVPs has ever won a championship in NBA history.
I think we should go back.
At the same year they won.
The same year that somebody won an MVP, they ended up being the champion.
Who like 2000 Shaq? Like
okay, no.
Hakeem.
Let's start from the beginning, right? So we got
Russell.
We got Kuzi.
So won like 4 of them.
Kuzi, Wilt,
Kuzi, Russell, Wilt,
Kareem,
Jordan again.
Yeah, Kareem again. Kareem won it as an MVP. So, and I said 9 times, about 9 players, because there's probably more than 9 times. I think it was like 15 times and like 9 players.
Jordan, Hakeem,
Bird.
So Hakeem did it. Hakeem, Jordan, Shaq, Kareem, LeBron, Magic, Duncan, Willis Reed, Larry Bird, Moses Malone, that's 10. Russell, Kuzi, that's 12.
Okay, so it's probably about 15
and Steph Curry did it, but he didn't win Finals MVP, but he won it.
He won the MVP. So that's what, about 12, 13 players?
Yeah, I think they said, did Wilt do it?
Yeah, Wilt did it in 67. 67.
Yeah. So that's 14 players.
Willis Reed did it? When did Willis Reed win an MVP? In 73?
Did he win in his first year?
He wasn't the MVP. Was he the MVP in 1970?
I think Willis Reed running his rookie year, right?
No.
I think that's one of his. What's that, Wes? Let me see.
No, Wells Unseld won MVP his rookie year with
okay, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's
didn't Bill Walton do it?
No, he won the MVP the year after they won the championship.
Yeah, he Willis Reed won the MVP in 1970, and they won the title in 70.
Okay, 1970. I was going to say that because they won in 70.
Yeah, so it was right.
Okay, so he did win it. So Willis Reed did win it. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Since we get into that talk about MVPs, let's get to that, because we're going to put the link up shortly, because I wanted to talk about this award stuff, because y'all were knocking a lot of these awards. And obviously we know LeBron James has basically every NBA award that's in existence, really, besides the Western Conference and Eastern Conference MVP. And he doesn't have a Defensive Player of the Year award, which we all know why he doesn't have one of those. But we all know he has the...
why.
Was it good enough?
We know why. We don't know why. We know why.
Because he didn't pay his stat keeper to give him more blocks and steals like Michael Jordan did in 1988. Okay? So LeBron James has the most illustrious a trophy room. As y'all can see, it's definitely the largest trophy room in NBA history. It's without a doubt the largest. But you guys have always discredited certain awards. You guys say they don't matter. But let's start off with the new awards that the NBA have. Obviously, we all know the NBA got some new awards. That's the new MVP. I hate that MVP trophy. That's Michael Jordan missing a dunk, but they put it on the trophy anyways.
That's a dunking with his left hand. Look at that.
That's his right hand.
That's definitely right hand.
No wonder he missed the damn dunk because he was trying to use his left hand. But let's start off with the MVPs, right? We know the MVP matters. That's an important MVP. What do the conference finals MVP mean? What do they mean? Let's start with you, Brandon. Do they mean anything, the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference finals MVPs?
Definitely a step below the finals MVP. And we got the regular season MVP, which is above that anyways. You got the first team all NBA is going to be above that. I don't really know where we'll rank that at in like a order, but it's probably significant in the future. Yeah.
Like the in-season tournament, I guarantee you it's not even LeBron. It's going to take a team that wins the in-season tournament and the NBA championship the same season for really people to catch up on it. Because right now the team that won it didn't even make it past the first round. So the legitimacy of that has to be something that wins it and either make the finals or win the finals because everybody's seen it as a second place trophy.
If the Lakers would have won the title, they would still try to downplay
No, that would have legitimized the in-season tournament trophy.
I don't think it would. I think
they
would
have been the only team to do that. First team at that. Just wait till somebody win the in-season tournament MVP and finals MVP and league MVP in the same season. That's going to set everything off.
You'll get to do that next year.
I believe.
Well, we already know this in-season tournament is going to be more competitive in the minds of the haters because people are going to try to win it.
And it should be. That's why LeBron James and the Lakers winning it made it important. It's a good thing the Lakers and LeBron won it because now it does have some significance to it. It's a trophy and an award and an accomplishment that the GOAT did. That's what y'all fail to realize. Y'all be hating on things that LeBron James does. It's just as simple as going to the NBA.com and seeing who has the most trophies in NBA history. And it's LeBron James. Like, they don't want to accept nothing LeBron James does. Nothing makes LeBron James greater than anybody, all because it's supposedly your eye test or your feelings. Even if we go to the NBA seasonal awards and honors, the ones that you just get for the season, because I know they don't like Player of the Month and Player of the Week, although there's trophies for Player of the Month, and the Player of the Week is automatically a part of the GOAT debate because it's on Kobe's statue. But when LeBron James has more honors and awards than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Michael Jordan put together, all of a sudden it's not supposed to matter. When Kobe Bryant has more seasonal award and honors than Michael Jordan does for his career. But all y'all do is make excuses for these awards and accomplishments, and then y'all get mad when we want to use stats. So if we can't use stats, we can't use accolades and achievements, what are we using to say anybody's great? How is Jordan great? And none of y'all saw Michael Jordan play, so you can't say it's based off your eye test.
That's how Jordan made him feel.
The media knows how the media made him feel because they didn't even watch Jordan play.
It's how they make him feel.
It's how Gatorade made them feel.
Since all these awards are media driven and your guy got the bowl, so I guess we know who's the media golden child then by that logic. Because
some of
every
them,
award
some of
given
them is
by
not
the
media
NBA
driven.
are media voted, right?
No, not
So
everyone.
the same
Player
people you're
of the month,
bashing
no.
is the same one giving you a legitimate argument for LeBron being the GOAT. It's the same people.
Where are we only bashing the ones that are loud and boastful?
The ones that won, the same ones that
No,
vote.
Craig. The guys who have the
You
loudest
literally
and
just said the reason why he didn't win a defensive player of the year is because the media are fans of Jordan and he won one.
yeah, they didn't want to vote for him. They didn't
How
vote. They didn't vote for him.
How logical do that sound? The media.
No, because if just a little bit of them voted for him, he would have won it. It wasn't like he lost by a lot. He lost by a little bit. He lost because that little bit of that Michael Jordan fan base.
Something that Jordan did in 1988. That's somehow something
Jordan got a fake MVP. That fake defensive player of the year don't count.
Well, but show me in the NBA.com the same one you just pulled up that is fake. Show me at NBA.com. The same one you just showed me that shows LeBron with all these awards. Show me the NBA.com saying that defensive player of the year was fake.
Okay, so show us where player of the month is fake. That's not by the media. Show us where player of the week is fake. That's not by the media. But y'all say it's fake.
Who said it was fake?
I heard it doesn't count. We hear it don't count. And that's not a media award. That's voted by the NBA execs and teams.
I mean, is having the most player of the month than anybody, that's not impressive?
Almost damn near twice most than anybody else. On top
I mean,
of
that's
that.
not impressive.
If we talked about the most player of the month award as much as we talk about the 40,000 points, maybe it will be. But we don't.
No, but Craig, is it impressive to you though? Is it impressive to you?
We talk about scoring titles more than we talk about player of the month awards. But yeah,
because of the media, because of the Jordan media.
But to you, is it impressive having the most?
Listen, Craig. They are the minority in the media, but they have the largest and the loudest platform to speak on. That's what you fail to realize. That's why you don't hear nothing about the player of the week or player of the month. They don't get a vote for that. So they feel disrespected. It don't count. Why am I going to talk about something? But guess what? It's on Kobe's plaque. It's on his statue. So it means something.
I've never watched a halftime show. I've never seen a game where they announce the play. It's something they announce online after the week.
Craig, you really gonna say that? Are you? I mean, you guys really don't understand how good we are here in GOAT James Kingdom. You guys really don't know.
I didn't say it doesn't happen. I said I've never.
I know you've never seen it. I know you've never seen it because again, none of y'all watch Michael Jordan's career. And what were they going to talk about at a halftime in an NBA game? NBA Player of the Week. It's on Kobe's statue. Like I told you, we don't make shit up in GOAT James Kingdom. We look it up.
What Kobe statue have to do with Jordan and LeBron? See, this is what I mean. Y'all always
it's the GOAT debate. We're talking about the GOAT debate. We're talking about the GOAT debate.
It's not just Jordan and LeBron. It's just LeBron.
Like Marlon Malcolm said, his new name is Mythical Jordan, not Michael Jordan. It's Mythical Jordan because everything's a myth about the man. Y'all just sat here and got upset. Listen, there's somebody right here talking nonsense. He said, player of the week because they never watch basketball.
All right, so we're gonna every week we're gonna announce when the basketball season we're gonna announce the player of the months and the player of the weeks after every episode. We're gonna get everybody acclimated.
The NBA announces it. The NBA announces it.
We got a new member.
Shout out! No, he's been a member for a while. Shout out to you, Daryl Heitch. He says if an accolade and an award doesn't count, then it shouldn't exist. Therefore, all accolades and awards count towards a player's career. It does count.
A lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. It's there for a reason.
It does count because when the NBA listed there, it means it counts. I tell you what, Craig, they didn't put 10 scoring titles on Michael Jordan's bio.
They ain't putting any scoring titles actually.
But they put GOAT in his bio. They put GOAT in his bio, so we gonna go by that then. I don't see GOAT in career.
I don't see GOAT in the accolades.
Listen, he just said the NBA said don't have the 10 scoring title on his profile. But they don't have GOAT in his profile.
By acclamation. They said by acclamation, LeBron Jordan is the GOAT. And we say that. We always tell y'all that. Jordan could be the GOAT by popularity. He has the biggest fans because y'all believe in mythical Jordan.
NBA does too. They put it on their profile.
So Craig, can you tell me why?
The NBA says. Y'all literally just had a whole graph about what the NBA says. The NBA has GOAT.
The NBA didn't say him. They didn't call him the GOAT. The NBA don't call no one the GOAT. They said by acclamation, Jordan is considered the GOAT of the game.
Why would they put?
They didn't put GOAT in his profile. They put a sentence. You just use one word of a whole sentence.
Okay, so find me where they say greatest player of all time in anybody else's bio.
Oh my God! Go read
Yeah,
LeBron's
literally,
bio. Go read LeBron's bio. Did you read LeBron's bio? Did you read anybody else's bio? Matter of fact, since you're talking like that, did you read anyone else's?
Obviously, if they have it, you'll be combating saying that it's on other.
No, because we don't go off of what people say. Who's the GOAT?
When you go off what the NBA put
Stats, accolades, and achievements.
So the same person that could put a graph on the NBA can say the same sentence about somebody else. Why is it because a graph? Somebody put a graph. Their words don't mean the same thing. Why?
What you mean? Their words don't mean the same thing. What words? Who words? Who? Sam. So Sam Smith words. The guy who wrote Jordan's bio for the NBA.com.
They approved it.
Of course they approved it. He watched Michael Jordan's career. You didn't.
Well, that's why he says that in his profile.
Yeah, he said by acclamation, Michael Jordan is considered the GOAT. Because there's so many people, and acclamation means by popularity, by large praise, Jordan's considered the GOAT. Not by stats, not by accolades, not by achievements.
Well, tell somebody to put by stats, by accolades, LeBron James is the GOAT.
NBA doesn't have a GOAT debate. That's why GOAT James Kingdom exists. We have the GOAT debate. Fans have it.
Somebody to even be considered the greatest of all time?
Because Jordan's in the GOAT debate. What we should so we should eliminate the word GOAT from any time talking about Michael Jordan. Is that what we should do?
No, you literally just said why would they put that on his profile?
I'm telling you that's not.
There's a debate for the GOAT.
It's not evidence that Jordan's the GOAT. That's the point. You're trying to use it as an evidence to say he's the GOAT. I'm telling you the NBA lists actual. No. You're trying to use words versus trophies. I'm telling you the NBA is not telling you words. They're telling you what trophies that they recognize.
When was
They don't recognize words. Words don't make you the GOAT. That's the whole point. You're trying to use words. I'm trying to use a trophy, an actual trophy that exists.
When was it put on his profile? What year?
That one right there, that's whenever they made his profile. Sam Smith made his profile. Now, what Craig is talking about is the NBA 75th team. On the 75th team, the NBA.com wrote Jordan's the GOAT. They said the GOAT of basketball, Michael Jordan, blah, 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 and they went talk about his career. And that's for the 75th anniversary team.
The top 75 players of all time, they think he's the greatest one of them.
They could think that all they want to. The guys who wrote that article.
Hey, you think LeBron's the GOAT. Why is it a problem with somebody else?
I don't think it. I prove it.
Why is
I
it
can
the
prove it.
problem that somebody
Nobody can prove it. Because nobody can prove it. Because nobody can prove it. Just saying it don't mean it's true. You have to prove it. We don't just say it in GOAT James Kingdom. We spent a whole hour and a half proving it. We don't just say things. I wish that in GOAT James Kingdom, all we had to do was say LeBron's the GOAT, and that would be enough. But that's not what it works. Because they can't accept the truth. They can't accept the facts. The facts are LeBron James has a more illustrious career. He's played better for longer. He's done more than Jordan. Jordan doesn't do anything better than LeBron James on the basketball court. Nothing. He really doesn't do nothing better than LeBron James on the basketball court.
It's your opinion.
I'm just saying. The stats and the numbers say it. I'm not trying to tell you my opinion. My numbers are, and that's why this has been a horrible 2024 for the Zesty Jeffries.
I'm tired of this shit. Kill all these motherfuckers. I'm sick of fucking tired of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. You motherfucker. Fuck you. Fucking tired of this shit. I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Come on to me, motherfucker.
Nick and Nessie or no. Can you make it butt, Nick and Nessie or no? Nick and Nessie or no? Nick and Nessie or no? Can you make it butt, Nick and Nessie or no? Nick and Nessie or no?
I'm just saying, we got proof. They keep saying we don't got proof. This is what they use right here, Craig. I can prove LeBron wore 23 because of Jordan. Does that make Jordan the GOAT?
Yes.
If you can prove he was.
Oh, to them.
You know what I'm saying? We can't talk basketball. We have to talk feelings.
Well,
then when
you talk about coke and sniffing coke for the like the.
No, that was very, very important. That was very, very important. That is a very, very important part of this whole nightmare. Because they wasn't expecting that. When we woke up that morning and we saw all the footage of this man just enjoying his brunch. I mean, to start off your day, that's some wild shit. Now you can see why he didn't make the NBA.
No, I can see how
Willie said, off the first all. You took it off.
You can put it up.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the first team all defense makes Jordan the greatest in his mind.
Even
I
though he
wonder,
doesn't-
do that make Gary Payton better than Magic Johnson?
Defensively, yes.
Shots fired. Shots
he
fired.
has
I don't know if that's a hot take.
He has different standards for different players. So
of
Well,
course.
they ask this question based
Listen.
on all defense. If he
So-
has more,
I
You can
wonder
say
if that
LeBron's
makes
the GOAT.
them-
you can't use an all defense selection for overall.
I mean, it's a great. Again, we never tell y'all Jordan's not great. See, that's
Yes,
the
you
difference.
did.
When we know Jordan's great. I
Listen.
mean, I'm the one who has Jordan as the least greatest here, right? Because I'm the only one who got Jordan third on their list, right? So, Travis almost choked.
Sorry. No, I said when you talk about LeBron, like what the best argument for LeBron being the GOAT is you could talk about his overall like what we've talked about the last hour and a half. Like he has the most like all NBA selections. Correct? Yeah. Okay. So he has the most. The statistical cumulative argument isn't going to be matched by anyone. But like, what's the other side of it? Does he have the most? Does he have like the most statistical awards per season? Like as far as like scoring titles, assist titles, rebounding? No. Other players have superseded him in that as far as dominance as far as the season goes. Does he have the most major accolades as far as like if people want to discount like player of the week, player of the month? Does he have the most MVPs? Does he have the most finals MVPs? Does he have the most all defensive selections? First or second team? No. Does he have these things that like are just awarded for like especially nobody's gonna play 21 years as consistent, but as far as like in their prime, they've accumulated more than him. Kareem, 6 MVPs in 10 years, and like 4 block titles when they started counting block titles, 2 like a rebounding title. So he has more in-season titles than LeBron does. LeBron only has 2. Okay, so I'm saying if you're gonna make an argument against LeBron being the GOAT, you can argue that players were more dominant during their time in space than he was on a season-by-season basis. Like statistically, as far as those awards go, things like that. Analytically, it's close because I think only 2 players are better analytically or have a case in them. But like that's what you can argue against him. There's no argument against LeBron being the most consistent player ever or having the most illustrious cumulative career. None.
You want to have a B student for 8 years or an A student for 5? That's how I look.
I mean, but to be fair, seasonal titles don't mean nothing. Like who led the league in scoring this year?
And who was the player of the month for the first week of November?
No. Who led the league in
Who was
scoring
the
this
player of
year?
the month for the week of September? The first week of September. Tell me right now.
I know who was player of the week. I know what's his name. Julius Randle won it.
I can tell you an MVP faster than I can tell you a player of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, but we never said the MVP
who
don't
the
matter.
lead scoring title? I just want to know who led the league in scoring this year. Do you guys know? Luka. Would you say he had a better year than Jokic, who didn't lead in scoring or any seasonal titles?
Luka's the wrong person to compare anybody to today.
No.
Better year?
Who led the league in assists? Would you say that person had a better year than Jokic because his all-around game is superior? Being superior all around is going to always be better than someone who's leading in rebounds or who's leading in block shots.
the point guard from the Pacers led it.
Yeah. Halliburton led it. Like, no one's going to ever say that, but since Michael Jordan has scoring titles, that's the only thing that we boost up. No one, just like, for instance, if we're saying, do Michael Jordan, all defensive first teams, make him the GOAT? We would say no, because there's other players who have done that. There's other players who have more all defensive teams. So no, those all defensive first teams do not make Michael Jordan the GOAT. But when we say do the all NBA first teams make LeBron James the GOAT? Yes, because no one's done that before.
Sure, but Michael Jordan's one of the 10 best scorers of all time, and he has like the most defensive accolades or time for the time.
All I know is LeBron James is number 1 in All-Star selections and All NBA selections, and it's the only award and accolade that existed since the beginning of the NBA.
All-Stars mean nothing.
There's no. You can say it means nothing. It means a lot when you make the All-Star team.
Yeah, and those make LeBron James the GOAT. Those
20 and
clearly make
20.
LeBron James a GOAT.
I don't understand, man.
You can't
LeBron's
defeat that.
all NBA teams make LeBron James a GOAT.
You can say
All-star
he's a
means
go, but I mean, like,
all-star teams means you're popular with the fans, and all NBA means you're the one of the best players to play the game.
LeBron James should be the GOAT, right? He got the most All-Stars.
No, because he doesn't have the highest
Like
praise. He doesn't
acclamation.
have the highest praise. That's all coming soon now. That's about to come. That's why all this is ending everything. This is
20 years
changing
from
everything.
Now, when there's somebody else in this debate, and y'all gonna treat LeBron the way they be cheating on Jordan, they're gonna be looking at tapes.
Nah.
They're gonna be looking at Jokic.
just like I was saying, Bill Russell would be the go to everything. Like he'd have what, like 8 DPOYs. He'd have like 10 block titles. Like what wouldn't he have? Like
Listen, there's gonna be I'm telling you, it's not gonna be about. It's gonna be about performance. You're gonna have somebody that got to win like I said, the in-season tournament, the MVP, the league MVP, the Finals MVP in the same season. That's gonna be unheard of. That's like what Jordan was doing with the first team and scoring titles and Finals MVPs and league MVPs in the same season. Y'all gonna say he wasn't playing nobody. When that happens, y'all gonna say who was he playing?
No, we're gonna
But
say
that's what LeBron
in
did
your
at 30.
career. No, everybody keeps saying what's gonna happen when another great player comes along. We're not gonna be Zesty Jeffries.
Yes,
We're gonna
y'all.
appreciate greatness,
Yes, y'all
and we're
are.
gonna look at them and say, "Hey, your boy
Yes,
got to reach
y'all
these
are.
numbers. Your boy's got to do what LeBron
I
James has
literally
done."
just said he just reinvented what the GOAT debate is. So
Exactly. So that means you got to surpass that.
Okay,
you got to
So
surpass
we're
that.
not doing the same thing of Jordan people did.
No, we're not. Because LeBron James didn't have to surpass Jordan to be the GOAT. LeBron didn't have to surpass Jordan to be the GOAT. He had to pass Kareem. He had to pass Wilt. Those guys were the true GOATs of the basketball. We're not looking to do what Michael Jordan fans did, make somebody the GOAT after 9 seasons.
The same people that was calling Wilt and Kareem the GOAT, when they started calling Jordan the GOAT, that don't count because they
No, it was a different fan base. It was a different fan base. The people that were calling Kareem the GOAT
and prominent than the people that were saying Jordan
because of popularity, because of Nike, because of Gatorade. That's why. ESPN, NBC. That's why.
Those players was called the GOAT because of their career. Michael Jordan was never called the GOAT because of his career.
Exactly. He was called because of how much y'all liked seeing him on television, and y'all never watched him play. On top of that,
what they did.
LeBron's the GOAT because of his career. What he's done in his career, not what he did, how he makes you feel. That's why Jordan's the GOAT, because the way he makes you guys feel.
I don't feel no way. Like I said, I sleep well.
He makes you feel a certain way. It's only how you feel. It's only how you feel.
Yeah, because when I tell you about,
you wouldn't say Jordan's the GOAT.
No, because they talk about the All NBAs, right? Listen, if longevity matters, why are we putting together over 30 years of an NBA career and they still don't equal up to LeBron James? And he's one of the 2 greatest players to ever play the game of basketball.
Because they had better players winning All NBA when they was playing. Like, come on.
No, because they were never as great as LeBron. They were never as great as LeBron. That's it. You're just not as great as
They played that many
LeBron.
seasons as LeBron.
They
Michael
played
Jordan
30
has more
seasons.
first team
They
All
played
NBA.
30 seasons. Between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen is 32 NBA seasons put together.
That's 12 championships.
That's
and
18. That's 18. They can have the 12 championships. That's a team accomplishment. They won together as a team. They
you
won 6
combining them
together.
as a team, right?
No, I'm combining them as individuals. They're both individuals. Your all NBA selections are individual awards. Scottie played 17, Jordan played 15. That's 32 NBA seasons. They didn't equal 20 all NBA selections. And they're one of the 2 greatest players of all time. And like you said, the NBA say Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And they couldn't accomplish what LeBron accomplished. So again, why can't we just say LeBron's the GOAT then? So why do we even have to
I
even
don't
have
have
a
a problem
debate?
with you saying LeBron is the GOAT. You keep talking to me like I'm some zesty Jeffrey. This is why I don't understand.
No, I'm not talking to you like that.
You're going to talk to me, you're going to talk to a Jordan delegate. Don't talk to me like a zesty Jeffrey.
But we trying to say why these don't count.
Okay,
Craig,
so
you
when
said they don't
wanna
count.
Talk to Zesty Jeffries, don't ask me no questions.
Craig, all right, so I'm not going to talk to you like, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this, Craig. How do you have Jordan better than LeBron then? You, as an individual, how is he better than LeBron?
It's what he did with the time he played.
What did he do?
Basketball aficionados, what did he do in his basketball play?
So you're going to say stats, accolades, and achievements, correct?
Yeah.
LeBron did it better.
But LeBron did more. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot more than LeBron James did. But you're gonna say that doesn't count because it took him longer, or because he played longer. It didn't take him longer because most of the stuff didn't take him longer. He just played longer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It didn't take him longer.
Just tell us what Jordan did better.
The only reason you could say is because he played longer, because everything he did was based on him playing longer. That's not a bad thing because he played long and he played great long. But stop acting like that's not the main focus, is that he played long. Yes, he's great, but you have to play long to get those stats and get all that.
I mean, most of the stuff that we say is most of the stuff that we say, the final, he had more finals appearances within the 15 years. He had more All NBAs within the same 15 years. He had more rebounds, more assists in the same. All those things that we always use to say that he's better than Jordan, he had all of those before that. That's the point. The only thing Jordan ever has over him.
Thing that he had, people say he still have over Jordan, still have over LeBron. So
no, not no more, because LeBron has more points than him. LeBron has more blocks than him. Eventually, LeBron started passing him on all kind of other categories. Eventually, but he still had more than Jordan. After 2018, LeBron James still had an illustrious NBA career over Jordan.
I mean, what does Jordan have over LeBron, Craig? Because you're saying he's better, like because he had a better what?
Why are you so hostile?
You said that. You said Jordan was better because of what he did. What did Jordan do better than LeBron?
I can't have my own opinion.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Like, what did he do better than LeBron?
You're so loud with the question. I just feel like you're attacking me right now.
Of course, I'm attacking you, Craig. That's what I do. I just want to know what you think Jordan is better than LeBron at.
You made a Johnny go in the room and cry. You're like, yo, I got this, Johnny. Yo, why is it? No, I said the reason why I have Jordan 1 and LeBron 2, it hasn't changed. It's what Jordan did at the time he played, what he did, what he achieved in the 15 seasons. I feel that it was better than what LeBron was doing in his 21 season, in my opinion, for what I like.
So it's about how he makes you feel, like I said earlier.
I don't.
All right, listen. Craig is Craig, and Craig has the right to his opinion. But we're not gonna let no one else speak for Craig, and we're gonna let the Zesty Jeffries up. Are y'all ready to let some people up so they can tell us why we tripping with all these accolades? Are y'all ready for that? Do y'all want to do that?
I mean, Travis agreeing that LeBron's the GOAT now, so that's all that matters.
I did not agree that.
Mute Travis right now. Mute him because I don't believe him.
We've had a 2-hour show with nobody up. That's great.
Now,
what curse word is like?
All right. Well, listen, we are we about to bring some people up. So let's have some fun. Let's enjoy today's program. The link is available in the chat. You guys are more than welcome to show up. So whether you're a Michael Jordan fan, whether you're a Zesty Jeffrey or not, or if you're just an MJ police, if you just want to stop us from doing what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom, you're more than welcome to do that. Join the link. It's there available to you. I'm going to put it up in
I
other
got
places.
a rule. If you come up here and you're a Jordan fan, you got to say one nice thing about LeBron first.
Craig, you done messed up, Craig.
Jordan's better analytically. He has more MVPs and more first-team All-Selections. He's better than LeBron.
I've come up here to cut.
More impactful to the team.
Look, they was in the back waiting online like a pair of Jordans was coming out. Look at them. Look at that.
We're the Jordan fans. We know what Twin Man and Rick Brown are going to say. We want the other people.
Travis, how dare you?
They only want to be in the comments. They only want to be in the comments because they know if they say it out loud, it's not going to make sense.
You know they're safe in the comments.
Yeah, because once they say it out loud, it's not going to make any sense.
And first of all, let's do this. I'm sorry, let's do this because Twin Man showed up here. He is a GJK member. Twin Man, go ahead, Twin Man. The floor is yours, Twin Man. You heard what we've been talking for 2 hours. What you got for us?
First things first, Travis, you gonna dump on me after I defended you in the chat against Jim Brown? Really, Travis?
No, thank you.
Called you a fraud, not defended you, and that's what we're doing.
I love you, Twin.
All right. But I don't, Craig, I don't like your logic. Your logic that if you don't win the championship while putting up great numbers, that it doesn't contribute to winning. That means a lot of players' production doesn't count. We're talking Ja, We're talking Josh, Shea, Embiid, Giannis,
My logic.
Luka. That is your logic. That's what you said. You
My
said
logic
LeBron
was with LeBron James putting up numbers for 20 consistent years, but the numbers didn't result to the same results for the same 20 consistent years.
But you can say that about
players
any
that's been
player.
here for 7 seasons.
But you can say that for any great player, Craig. Craig, can you say that for any great player? Can you say that for Wilt? Yes. Can you say that for Kareem? Yes.
Wilt was horrible his last 2 seasons. Jordan was horrible his last 2 seasons.
My point is, I'm talking about the production that they produce didn't always lead to a championship. So did that mean their production didn't lead to winning or didn't amount to anything?
What I said was the same way y'all praising him for what he's doing, his great stats, they're great stats, but they're not the same as what he was 10 years ago. That's what I said. Y'all took it to the whole, y'all praising him like his stats is doing the same thing they were doing 10 years ago, and they're not. That's what I said.
But hold on, Craig, if we're talking 10 years ago, and if we're talking 2014, he had a better team than he has now, correct? Like,
hey, in 2014,
your team
he had
production,
another
the players around, all that.
He got an All-American on his squad.
But hold on, but doesn't all that matter though? The team dynamic doesn't that matter?
He said he got an All-American.
I'm just saying, he's the only factor. He's the only sane person from those teams. He's the denominator. Someone winning.
All right. So you stepped up to the MJ delegate twin man, and you got the MJ response. Go ahead, brother. Continue with your soliloquy.
Don't say my name in your soliloquy. Keep your thoughts about me to yourself.
No, I just had that one quick comment, Craig. I just wanted to just understand what you're saying. But they have been crashing out, bro. Like, have you seen the Facebook group chat? This dude crashed out after somebody put like 5 posts in there crashing out. And then it's like, we can't ever just enjoy anything LeBron James does. It always has to be something negative. And that is the major difference between this era of basketball and any other era of basketball. I think it was Gilbert Arenas sat here and said, you couldn't do what they do to LeBron and the players today to Jordan, Magic, and Bird. You wouldn't have a job. There was no Skip Bayless in the 1980s and in the 1990s. There was no Rob Parker. You're not going to have someone sitting here repeating on repeat, Jordan's 1-9, Jordan's 1-9. Yeah, he scored 63 points, but he got swept. You didn't have that. That's the biggest difference. There's a concerted effort to diminish any and everything this man does. And yes, Craig, the media's involved in that. Travis, stop trying to make it seem like just because some of the media tries to be objective, that the most influential voices in the media are objective. Because you had Skip Bayless, who literally built an entire career off of crapping on LeBron James. Let's be real. We wouldn't know who Skip Bayless was if he didn't have LeBron James in his mouth every other day.
Facts.
So it's sad. It's really sad that we really can't just sit back and appreciate the great basketball we've gotten from one player for 20 years. Like they didn't even do this.
Look at LeBron James OnlyFans going. Like what?
Absolutely not. That's weird. Why would we do that? Why would we do that for?
All right, let's let some other folks in here. I don't know what happened to you, Ishmael. When you come back up, we'll let you in. But let's go ahead and let's let Sturdy come in, because Sturdy, you are a GOAT James Kingdom member. Go ahead, brother. What you got for us?
By the way, there's some group up here stealing y'all memes and y'all groups and putting them together and acting like it's theirs. I just
what, for real?
There's someone.
They've been doing that for a while. It's cool. They
about the
take off our logo
and season playoffs careers.
Uh-huh.
And put LeBron got more total. Somebody else did it too. I'm gonna send it to the group. It's
hilarious. Tons of bitches.
Oh my God, that's fine. That's fine. We doing our job. Uh-huh.
Hey, John, can I respond to Willie real quick? I absolutely cannot prime Jordan because his production didn't lead to anything but first round knockouts. It's the only thing that's the only thing 1980 Jordan's production accounted for. Losses. It's Larry Bird.
Get out of here. All right, Sturdy, you ready, brother? What you got on today's topic? We saw you in the comments. You were agreeing with Craig for a lot of stuff. What you got for us today, brothers? And also plug in your show as well, brother.
Yeah, salute everybody. It's 30 help make some of y'all takes from shaky to sturdy, but you can catch me on the crossover every Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern. And any other time, any platform you might see me on, whether it's Twitter or YouTube, Instagram, whatever. But nevertheless, I want to start off by obviously saying John Stockton's not top 5 point guard. Get out the way. He's not gonna get brought up again.
Thank you very much.
No problem, John. Second thing is honestly, if you're a real Jordan fan, anything that happened this year shouldn't have no bearing on how you perceive Jordan. It's like I don't get it. I don't get it from either side when like people try to intertwine the two careers as if like they played in the same era or anything. They're two completely different players, two completely different eras. If you're a real Jordan fan, this shouldn't bother you. Like to quote Gilbert Arenas, like the people that's actually bothered aren't Jordan fans, anti-LeBron fans. And frankly, being an anti-fan of anybody, that's just funny to me. But nevertheless, it's that, and also awards. This, in my personal opinion, I don't value awards that highly at all because of two major reasons. Number one, every single award that you can think of for the NBA was conceived by a group of individuals. That means, from their perspective, they view this player as this. That like if you think a player's opinion, if you think a person's opinion dictate your own opinion, that's on you. That's not me. And the second thing is too, every single award throughout NBA history has been inconsistent, either through vague criteria or personnel. So from that, that's why I weigh in terms of greater, especially better. I don't care about no awards at all. Like awards not an indicator who's a better player at all. But greater, I view it on a lower total pole primarily because of the reasons I just said. And like people weigh the Finals MVP highly, which is stupid. There's only 11 voters for a 4-7 game sample size, too small. Same thing for the NCAA tournament. NCAA tournament is like the second least valuable award out there right now because the sample size is too small. So nevertheless, it's not wherever your criteria is, however you feel about it, just be consistent throughout everybody. And most importantly, do not, in my opinion, it's completely unfair if you be like, this player is greater because he was able to accumulate this many awards when those awards didn't exist in other eras. To me, that's completely unfair. Completely unfair.
Well,
what are you supposed to do, grandfather?
What are you supposed to do? The All-NBA and All-Star was been around forever, and LeBron's never.
I didn't say that, Johnny.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. I'm just.
I know for a fact the NCAA tournament was only 1 year. So why am I supposed to hear from now on? Oh, LeBron is greater than Larry Bird because of the NCAA tournament. That makes no sense.
Nah, not just because
he's only better than Jordan because of the NCAA tournament.
LeBron was the GOAT.
No. I use LeBron because like LeBron is the topic, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
If you say this player is greater because he got this award when that award didn't exist back then, that's completely unfair and disingenuous.
Well, they do it all the time for Finals MVP, all defensive selections, the Defensive Player of the Year. All these are awards that didn't exist when the league first started, and people that are in the GOAT debate.
Yeah, that's why. That's one of the reasons why I weighed so low on my criteria. Is like 10% on how I rate. I'm greater and better. I don't use it at all. Like we go season by season of who gets like just for MVP. Like Embiid got MVP last year, but that was he the best player? No. And there's so many MVPs like that. Was Steph Curry ever better than LeBron? No. But because of like a group of 100 to 20 to 150 media say so, that makes him better? No.
He might have been our 2016.
That's why I want to emphasize this. There's a difference between better and greater. And awards never was the indicator who's better. And that's in response to like people saying Scottie Pippen's better than Dwayne Wade. I'm like, what the hell does all NBA teams have to do with a player being better?
Because they don't like stats.
And that's another thing too. Stats are good. They're definitely an important part, but impact matters a lot. What you do and how the defense react to it, how the opposing team react to it, that's impact.
That's what that's what the All-NBA All-Defensive team is. It shows your impact.
No, it's not.
Shows how good you were. It really does. It shows. Yeah, it does.
No, it's not. No. And this is another thing. Thanks for reminding me the most important thing, Johnny. Awards, especially from the media, aren't indicators of who the better players are. It's just the purpose of them is just spread out marketing to get more attention to other players. That's the purpose of these awards.
The media should have a right to vote.
If I'm going that by criteria, that means Joel Embiid is not a top 50.
Because 30. Wait. Hold on, because that's because you grew up in an era where you didn't need the media to understand what the game was about and what the game was going through. You can't do that. They are a part of the game. They have always been a part of the game. The media is what we need. We need them. We need those beat writers that are out there every day telling us what's going on, because we can't watch every NBA basketball game. And we don't watch every NBA basketball game. We don't watch enough of none of these players to really make a true assessment off of just our eye test. So if we're going to ignore the stats, at least the people who see them play, who get a chance to vote to tell you, hey, this is one of the best players in the league, which is what the All-NBA team represents. Mm-hmm. You can't argue that. That means you had impact that year. For that season, you were somebody important. You really played well. Because nobody who didn't have no impact makes the All-NBA team.
No, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, hey, Johnny, is this simple. One, it's not just All-NBA, and any media award isn't predicated off how great that player is alone. We all know this because they're human beings. They have agendas.
There's only a few media awards.
Second thing is, Johnny, each award has criteria to meet that. So if I just go just black and white, that means I'll have to say Joel Embiid was not a top 15 player this year. And that's completely insane to say. If I would say that means
he wasn't this year. He wasn't this year. He wasn't.
And then I will never say that. That makes no sense. And then another thing too.
He wasn't.
Hold on. How was he a top 15 player this year, Sturdy?
This year?
Just explain how he was a top 15 player this year.
Even with Embiid injury, he still had the highest, being treated as one of the best scorers in the league. He still was contributing on the boards. He still was.
That doesn't make you a top 15 player this season.
No, I'm explaining. Oh, see, I can't explain a player's game to why I have to just rely on. Oh, because he didn't make an award, that's it. I can't.
You can't make a comparison. No, because
explain the stats. Oh, stats don't matter.
No, you can explain the stats. That's what I'm saying. We're trying to tell you, okay, explain the stats, but the stats are not going to be enough when you only play 40-something games, 50 games.
All-NBA player. No, it's simple. He was not an All-NBA player because he didn't play 65 games, but he was definitely a top 15 player.
Again, so you telling
me?
So are you telling me that? If there was no game restriction to the voting process, you're telling me that he would have made an All-NBA team?
Why not? Correct me.
No, because era.
Didn't Michael Jordan play like 17 games and still receive MVP votes?
Yes, but he didn't get enough to.
That's the premise. That's the premise.
He wasn't an All-NBA player.
But he's
I didn't say he was. He still received media votes. It's clearly meant even like there's more predicate what I'm saying. Each year it's a different value. It's inconsistent. On one hand,
it depends on what you do.
Just like you said, Johnny. On one hand, the media can perceive Jordan's value in that short 17 games. That's why he get media votes. And in another year, the media say, "Oh no, because Embiid didn't play 65 games, we had to completely extinguish his thing." Inconsistency.
There's no consistency in it. Neither one was all NBA. There's no consent. That's very consistent. Neither one was.
No, y'all
there's no bias in that.
Y'all pitching. There is bias in it. Y'all pitching tone it. I don't know what y'all hearing, but what I'm simply saying
is Embiid played less than 40 games. How is that top 15 player when he played less than 40 games? That's what we're saying.
I'm not entertaining conversations. Joel Embiid
that season, he was not a top 15 player that season.
No. That's what he's doing. He wants to use talent. Yeah, talent-wise. Yeah, talent-wise.
Just right. Just like when Penny Hardaway played 10 games in the season, the year prior, he was a top 15 player. But the next season, he still had a talent. He was just hurt. You cannot say for that season he was a top 15 player when he was hurt.
Yeah, I'm not entertaining the conversation. If you want to say Embiid is not a top 15 player in the league, I'm just not doing it.
All right.
That season, oh my God. I mean, that's
Oh, wait,
so
wait, no. Start it. You said it best. You're not going to entertain it, and we're not going to entertain it. Let's move on to the next person. Let Ishmael speak up, so we're going to keep going. Because you said what you said. The awards don't matter to you. You have your own way of determining.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
That's what you said. You did say, you said awards don't matter. Awards don't matter. You said awards don't matter, and what you're saying is obviously, again, that's why you can have Embiid as a top 15 player, because you're going off of his talent. We're not going to argue that. With his talent is top 15.
No, I didn't get to the stats. Y'all think this man don't have any stats.
You can't go to the stats. He played 38 games. Them stats right there are null and void.
So he
okay, in 38 games, what stats are going to make him an all NBA 15?
So because he
you can't be impactful 30-something games. 30-some games, you're not impactful. You're not impactful. That's why his team ended up being in the
playoffs. The playoffs don't matter. What he did in the regular season didn't matter. That don't matter.
They almost got knocked out of the playoffs because he didn't play.
No, how did he play in the playoffs?
The playoffs is not enough.
He been injured.
The playoffs is not enough.
So that's what I'm saying. So now I can't gauge him by the playoffs. I can't gauge him by the stats he did present. I can only go by
you don't make the all NBA team by the playoffs. You make it by what you did in the regular season. We're talking about being one of the best players in the season.
Hey Johnny, that's what I'm saying.
You can't be a Jamal Murray and get praise. We don't praise Jamal Murray because he does great in the playoffs and he's a horrible player during the regular season, or he's an average player in the regular season. The regular season is very, very important. There's a reason why they did the game minimums. You can't say somebody who played less than half the season is a top 15 player this season. That's impossible.
So his thing, Johnny. No, that's in your opinion. But like I said,
by the numbers.
Now we can bring up numbers. Now we can bring up numbers.
What numbers you gonna bring up to make him a top 15 player? What numbers you gonna bring a top 15 player for the regular season?
So one, Johnny. What I'm about to say. Number one, Johnny. Number one, what I did specifically say when. Who is better? I don't look at awards. Awards don't matter. Who is greater?
You need to answer. That's why I said started. You got to answer the question. What stats are you using in 2024 NBA season for Joel Embiid to make him a top 15 player? Let's entertain that. You wanted to entertain it. Let's do that.
No, I didn't. I literally said 3 times I didn't want to entertain the conversation.
Okay, so let me get on to Ishmael. So let me move to Ishmael. Can we move on to Ishmael?
No, you can, but I just want to don't incorrect my premise, which is this. When it comes to who's better, awards don't matter. And greater awards to me are low value. That's why I said specifically.
No, he just pretended like you just said something different.
Please, let's move on to Ishmael.
John, respectfully, you want to take. Don't
ever do that.
That's my greatest gift. I'm a great listener, and I hear your words. You just
started. You've been going on for quite some time now. You've been going on for quite some time now.
I'm trying to move on. Y'all want to push the NBA conversation.
Hey, hold on, guys. Wait. Let's give Sturdy 60 more seconds. Before we go to Ishmael, I want to hear why he says that Kareem was the greatest high school basketball player, and I'm not going to stop him. I just want to hear his take.
Okay. I'm sorry, B-Lee. No, I already had it arranged with Johnny. I'm going to definitely do that when Johnny does the explosive video for Kareem. I'm saying that for the explosive video.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah. He did ask me. He asked me because he saw how great I represented Wilt Chamberlain this past Friday night exposure. If you didn't get a chance, guys, catch me on the Friday night exposure right here on GOAT James Kingdom as well. We just had a great show this past Friday.
That was great.
So let's move on to Ishmael. Ishmael, thank you for joining us. You are a GOAT James Kingdom member, sir. What do you got on today's topic, sir?
Today's topic is about Jordan and he's his fans is having a hard time, right? Is that what it is?
2024 has been a nightmare. Zesty Jeffrey nightmare. The whole summer.
I think it's gonna get worse. I think it's gonna get worse. It's like this is nothing. Like it ain't nothing. I think things is gonna turn around. Like this is nothing. It really is. Jordan got caught cheating for stats. And then what else? What else happened? It was we are done with the 90s. Yeah, it ain't gonna end. It's gonna get worse, and it's really funny that they can't handle this. Like they really got their panties in a bunch over it. It's really hilarious. I just think that it's just people are gonna come with a more open mindset on things, and they're going to really I mean, like when people were making fun of the fact that it was a video of Jordan when he did a round the back behind the back crossover or a counter
Yeah,
move, that was hilarious, and the commentators were just celebrating like it was the greatest thing that they ever saw.
the first
I
thing they
just
ever
think that,
seen.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was laughing at that. I just laugh at it when I think about it, but I think it's gonna get worse. I just don't. I think more things is going to be talked about. I think it's not even just a LeBron James versus Jordan type of thing. I just think that too many people have put Jordan on a pedestal like for a long time, and every time there's a great player, he's like the standard or the measurement of greatness, and it's just been unfair. It's just been completely unfair. Um, and I like this plumber stuff didn't really start. I mean, I heard a bit from a specific YouTuber some time ago, like probably 2021 or 22, I'm not sure, but like more of it started to like really get noticed, I think last year and this year specifically, and more started to tie more into Jordan. So I just think that it's gonna get worse. I don't know what to say specifically, but I think like his career will be more evaluated. I think in terms like his career instead of just his prime and peak years, and it'll get evaluated more fairly to other players instead of just based on what the media thinks and based on like the bias perspectives many people have. So yeah.
All right. That's what's
I
up. Hey,
don't know, right?
Nothing.
all right, hold on. Casual and New World, we're gonna bring you up shortly. Go ahead, King John.
Isman, I think he's so on point because the media members that was around, like the oldest, like the Skip Baylesses and all them types, they're actually leaving the media. So you're gonna have a
Yeah,
new era of media
exactly.
coming in that's going to look at it at a broader thing than Jordan is the best. We got no question, and that's the end of the conversation. I think Ismail
Let,
is right on point about what he said.
let me add to what John was saying, because it's like it's just things are changing. Like like inside the NBA is moving, and it's like as much as I like the nostalgia with the theme music and stuff, like I like that stuff. But all in all, like people like Charles Barkley, they don't even watch the game. They even say it on national TV.
All they do is
And
watch
all
and
the
hate. All they do is hate on
Right,
players
right.
today.
It's like they playing about hate, and as much as I like Shaq is he's a good person for the most part. Um, I think from what I know, and he was a phenomenal player, a great career. But it's like he's always
He's better than
comparing
LeBron.
himself to every center. Like he's always diminishing any center that has any ounce of greatness. He's always diminishing them. So it's like and it's just weird. Like these people are not going to be on top anymore. Like these old heads that have all these opinions and never really give greater value to the game. I think things is just going to turn around for the better, and I think people will have more fair critiques instead of just nostalgia and whatnot. So yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Streamers, man,
Yeah, I think so. I think
What'd you
so.
say, Craig? Yeah, Craig. What'd you say?
I just said these YouTube streamers and podcasters, all it's going to do is just make it available to everybody. You just got more people with opinions. That's the only difference is you're being heard now because you're on the internet. Trust me, there was people back in the day, but you didn't hear them because there wasn't no YouTube, there was no podcast, there was none of us. It just now everybody got a voice because everybody, you can just go online and say whatever you want.
I'm sure. I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Do y'all know what life was without the internet? Did you?
Yes, it was so glorious.
No, not Ishmael. Ishmael's too young for that.
I'm not that young.
My thing with TNT.
No.
Yeah, my thing with TNT was, you got those guys who's covering the game today, but they're continuing to like downplay what's going on today and uplift their era. Like that's the problem with me with them. Like, and they don't even watch games. They're just there they're supposed to be putting perspective on the game with the fans, and they're constantly adding in their tidbits about how their era is better than this era.
They literally had a commercial asking you, do you know who your children are? It's 10 o'clock at night. Go look for them. Go say hi.
See, hold on, Craig. Even though they didn't have the internet back then, you still had plenty of big names in the media that steady pushing narratives. for one particular player. And again, it just wasn't this overwhelming hate we see on the national news,
No, there
sports
was no
news
hate.
media,
The
even
hate
radio.
started. Yeah. The hate started with
It literally started when
It was
Skip
started when
Bayless.
you was old enough to understand what you was watching. You know,
Nah,
you
it started. No, it started with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless was the one that made it popular. Because even if you take it to sports,
he was in
no,
because
even if
before
you
LeBron was drafted.
yeah, but they weren't hating on LeBron till Skip Bayless and the whole Miami Heat thing.
They listen to Ron Parker lovers.
They weren't hating on. They started hating on. Yeah, they weren't mad LeBron lost in 07. When LeBron lost in 08, there was no media hate saying that he quit against Boston. When he lost in 09, there was no media hate. It wasn't until LeBron left and went to Miami that people started to hate, and Skip Bayless was the main head. Because even Stephen A. back then had to defend LeBron multiple times versus Skip Bayless. But Skip Bayless would come on, and that's where everybody was watching the games at. And we already know Kenny Smith, as a North Carolina guy, was never disrespecting Michael Jordan. We know Charles Barkley, even when he tried to say something positive about Michael Jordan, just anything about Michael Jordan, Jordan stopped being his friend. And all he said was that Michael Jordan just had too many yes men around him. And we already know Shaq's not going to say nothing about that because Shaq could barely even articulate himself in general. So we were never getting nothing but Skip Bayless. That was the main basketball head. Skip Bayless. Who can battle Skip Bayless and say Skip Bayless is wrong? No one could do that.
So they, because all I hear is they, but y'all name the same two people with they. So it's just one.
They're the biggest voices.
That's the biggest voices. That's what you fail to realize, Craig. They're the biggest voices. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Back then,
I don't listen to Skip.
Just wait until we get that big.
No, but you were talking about back then. But back then, we had a show. We talked about this. Unless you was listening to sports talk radio, which was mostly regional, right? Unless you was listening to Mad Dog or one of those guys, there was no negative talk in sports. Everybody talked about their teams. Everybody talked great about their sports. Like, that's how it was. It didn't become popular till Skip Bayless.
Like, just look at the media now. Emmitt Smith was praised in the 90s, and now we try to degrade everything Emmitt Smith did for some odd reason.
Facts.
Like, the way we talk about sports is completely different. Doesn't even make any sense.
Because they don't value running backs no more. That's the
Hold on, I got to push back on that.
Hold on, wait, Twin Man. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Twin Man. Go ahead. Get that off.
Yeah, go ahead, Twin Man.
They're not degrading what Emmitt Smith did, because you can't talk about the numbers. It's basically what they did for Jordan. They kind of did for the Cowboys as well, and Emmitt Smith. And they didn't really put a lot of context around it. They didn't talk about how the Cowboys had the best offensive line every year. They didn't talk about how Emmitt Smith always had the best. He had the best quarterback, best offensive line, best scheme, best everything. And you had Barry Sanders out in Detroit just flailing and still giving you great seasons. So it's no one you
they
can't
praised Barry
diminish.
too. They praised Barry too when he played.
What you can do is put context on it and sit here and say there's an argument that this player could be the greatest running back ever. But it's apples and an anvil compared to what they've done to Emmitt Smith and what they do to LeBron James.
I'm not saying it's similar. I'm just saying the way they talked about Emmett in the 90s is completely different the way they talk about Emmett right now.
Yeah, because they're more
objective.
Like
Emmitt Smith's trash. Are they saying Emmitt Smith's trash, bro? Are they
they're
trying
not
to
even they're really not putting Emmitt Smith as a top 5 running back of all time.
No, you're saying he's not the GOAT, so you're saying he's degrading him.
But Twin Man, he is like the John Stockton of running backs. But
oh my God.
All right. Let's wait.
Brandon, if you need to cook him, go ahead, cook him, Brandon.
No, listen. Wait.
We already talked about Emmett enough. How they disrespect Emmitt Smith, but
Jim Brown, Adrian Peterson.
Who? Adrian Peterson. Did you just say? All right, Brandon, thank you for being patient, sir. And we're gonna let you get in.
What's good?
You gonna come on, man. Nothing much, man. Go ahead and plug your situation and what you got on today's topic, sir.
My situation is I am retiring from sports talk. Sports talk has become some of the most annoying. I can't curse, right? So it's become some of the most annoying stuff out there, right? So it's like nobody's actually having a sports discussion to actually like really take in what people are saying, right? So I'm of the thinking that if you present new information that can sway my opinion. I'm not like my influence in that big where it's like, well, I mean, even though you're presenting that this valid
You
information,
sound
don't
muffled.
make it my opinion.
Yo, Brandon, your mic is muffled.
Yeah, you're muffled. You gotta stand still wherever you at. You moving and talking. You gotta stand still.
Gotta rebrand yourself. You know we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
got to rebrand the mic. My bad, brother. Nah, but I'm walking my dog. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
you good.
Yeah.
You good. You good.
No,
All right.
appreciate
So,
that. Uh-huh.
no, for sure. So I think even when we looking at LeBron James, man, so I can't argue that he's the GOAT, right? Like, but I don't believe that anybody can argue that Jordan is the GOAT. Like all this stuff is opinion based. What like annoys me is that when we're talking opinion based stuff, people get emotional as though it's all facts, right? So I mean, I will tell you that LeBron is my GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you that Jordan is your GOAT. Even when we looking at some of the stuff, so LeBron is the GOAT for me because of what he's done in the time that he's played in the league, right? We got to stop acting like longevity is just this knock, right? Like I've never seen longevity be used against anybody, right? We talking music. We credit Lil Wayne for his longevity and how many runs that he had when it comes to being a musician. When we talk about football, we credit Tom Brady for how long he played. We also throw in the winning. That's also a factor. We throw in how long they did it. So why when we get to the NBA, now all of a sudden longevity doesn't count? Longevity doesn't matter. Right now you have people, Sports and Rant, whatever that guy, he's talking about, well, it's not longevity because he's only played 82 games how many times? But then what they don't do is they don't take into account how many games did it take him playing for him to go to 8 finals in a row? How many games does that count for? How many times has he played at least 70 plus games in a season? So then it's like I heard T Perfect like, well, LeBron doesn't lead in this and doesn't lead in that and doesn't lead in this. Okay, so how many things does Jordan actually lead in? When you're talking defensive player of the year, does he lead in that? No, he doesn't. When we're talking defensive all team, does he lead? No, he doesn't. We talk scoring titles. He does lead scoring titles, but then for you to throw scoring titles in there, you have to then come on to our side of okay stats. I don't care. Like so, even if you try to, well, it's not scoring titles isn't a stat. Yes, it is because for you to get the scoring title, you had to accumulate a stat. So it's just becoming annoying for real. And even with LeBron being my GOAT, I know that LeBron will be passed one day. And when that day comes, I will sit here and say, well, damn, LeBron, hey, he had a hell of a run. But I'm not going to sit here and act like because of some nostalgia that he can't be passed. A lot of the people that even put Jordan as their GOAT never even watched him play. But the luxury that that LeBron haters have is that you're able to see his failures in real time. We were able to see 2011 in real time. We were able to see 2014 in real time, 2017 in real time. Y'all got to go back and dig up footage for Jordan to see any of his failures. And then my last point is this: even to the 4 and 6 thing, like people will talk about 4 and 6. Okay, so you want us to knock him for making it further, but then we want to cover up 1 and 9 when he lost earlier. So that's all I'm saying. And the last point here, y'all talk about winning. Okay, so LeBron, he has the accolades, he has the longevity, he has the winning. Y'all want to talk about, well, he's 4 and 6. Okay, so Kobe has 1 more ring than LeBron. We're not going to act like that's a 30 ring difference. Jordan only has 2 more rings. So let's stop acting like they just won so much more. And then even this, LeBron James has been a world champion more times than Jordan has. And if y'all want to bring up that 2004 where LeBron played, like 11 minutes? Like, I guess so, but LeBron James is the greatest of all time. But that can change and it will change. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Hey,
That was.
you
All I
just
say is,
hey, rebranded. I like that rebranded.
so this your retirement speech? Because you said you wasn't going to talk basketball, and then you started talking basketball. So this must be
No,
your
I
retirement.
had
First thing you said was, I don't even talk basketball no more. What? Let me talk basketball.
Hold on, I'm retired. I'm about to go play baseball, Craig.
And as far as the 4 and 6 thing, I don't get why do people say that. I mean, y'all brag that he passed Jordan in scoring and less shots taken. So why we can't brag that Jordan won more titles and less pairs?
Hold on. But Craig, listen. So even to that point, right? Because I see how a lot of Jordan fans are using longevity now. So what they say is, he's about to pass. Hold on, he's about to have the most missed shots. He has the most turnovers. Okay, so then why don't we credit that to longevity? Because he played the longest. So of course, if he played the longest, more than likely going to have the most turnovers, especially if you are a playmaker. And then also you're going to have the most missed shots because you've played the longest. So why don't y'all credit longevity to the?
Are those two things true? Is he about to have the most missed shots, and do you have the most turnovers?
Listen, he is about to have the most missed shots.
Is that true? Is it true?
Hold on, listen. It's true. Hold on. It's
Can
true.
you hit the most shots? Can you have the most missed shots in 15 seasons?
Hold on.
So is all the other longevity stats. They're also
Johnny,
true.
But y'all don't talk about those. Okay, y'all don't talk about the negatives.
40.
We're not supposed to be talking about the negatives when we're talking about
Okay,
greatness.
he brought it up. I'm just asking the
We're talking
question.
about greatness. But hold on, Craig. The only time we do this is when we talk about LeBron James. Everyone else, we talk about their greatness. This even the 4 and 6 crap. That was invented. You only talked about the championship they won.
Who did
Because
LeBron James beat?
just like he said, we don't talk about Jordan failures. That's your only. When people say 6-0, what do y'all say? He played.
Brandon, we got the tight fades going on.
Talk about his losing seasons. He didn't win. So what? Can we
Hold on,
talk
Craig.
about Jordan?
Hold on, Craig. So
We
I
talked
looked
about him. He didn't win.
saw
If
this.
we
Hold
talk
on.
about him, he
I
got
saw
more
this
seasons.
interesting stat though. I saw this interesting stat where so because a lot of people try to paint him as a one-dimensional drop to the basket player. Even if you remove all his layups and dunks, LeBron James will still be 30th in scoring, and that's with including everyone else's layups and dunks.
Wait, I have a question about that, Brennan.
Go ahead.
So this is indirect. This is like a direct question about your take. If I started a church of basketball fans, like, would you be part of that? Like, just
One of my followers.
Only if LeBron James is the Lord himself, because 40,000 does it.
That's fine.
That's how it works.
I mean, he would have
Let's
to.
let
If
Blue
he
Boat in.
We ain't doing it across every season, so he would have to be, right?
Let's let
Yes.
Blue Boat get in. Y'all been very patient. Thank you so much, Blue Boat. Thank you.
Johnny, y'all have a good one, bro.
I appreciate you.
Hey,
Thank you, Rick Brandon, for showing up, man. Thank you for showing up, brother. Let's let Blue Boat get in. Y'all talk about the Lord. Here comes the Lord now.
Blue Boat?
Blue Boat's in the building. What up, Blue Boat?
Y'all Philly, man. Yeah, just salute to everybody, man. Peace to everybody this Sunday, man. Everything, man. All that stuff, you know what I mean? Good. I like the content. I'm enjoying the content, man. That last stream you had at Johnny Friday, that had me rolling, man. With the naked gun, all that good stuff. Yeah, that had me rolling. But anyway, I just came to the conclusion, man, that is there a such thing as the actual basketball fan? What I mean by that is, do they actually sit down and see what's going on in the games, or do they just go by what they like, what their preference is, and go by all these takes, all these sayings? Oh, he's a killer. Oh, he's this, he's that. Oh, he ain't got that, or he ain't got no heart or anything. Or they just cling on to these narratives that the toxic sports media, which began with Skip Bayless way back in 2004. You started, prior to that, you had the sports reporters, guys like Mike Lupica, William Roden, Mitch Albom. Any of y'all guys remember the sports reporters come on every Sunday 10 o'clock in the morning on ESPN? Y'all remember that show?
Yeah.
Remember that show? Remember that show? But I'm saying,
I remember that show. I remember that.
Right. But I'm saying, you didn't hear none of that stuff coming from these guys. You know what I mean? It was Skip Bayless, him and his takes, him and his BS takes started all this movement. And then you had all these other clowns, Stephen A. Smith, the second in command. And then you had Rob Parker. Then you had Doug Gottlieb. Then you had Rick Bucher. All these guys have brainwashed the casuals into thinking that there's one way to measure greatness. You know what I mean? Now, you know me. I have Mike as the GOAT as my own criteria. But if you don't think LeBron James with the 400,000 points,
400,000?
the X amount of accolades, yeah, 4,000 points. Yeah, I see what you did there.
40,000.
40,000.
Y'all know what he said. Y'all know.
Right,
See, there y'all
right.
go. Leave that man alone.
40,000 points.
LeBron is the GOAT. You're a hater. You're a hater.
No, that ain't it. But let me finish, Craig. Check it out. If you don't have LeBron James at least in that conversation as 1A, then something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? There's something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? But here's what you do. You take little bits and pieces of it and then try to bring them down just a tad little bit. Just a tad little bit.
To ask the question. The man said it was a question that he passed Jordan in scoring and less shot attempts.
It is. When you think about it, it is. But at the same time, it's like You got to take context of that, man. Like, you know, like he did it in less shots. I mean, as much as we praise Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? As much as I like Jordan, you know what I mean? Like, dude, he had to, like, actually tone down his game to actually start winning championships. Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100. Yeah, because, you know, the triangle, what do you think the triangle offense was put in for? The triangle offense was an equal opportunity offense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was an equal opportunity offense where everybody played off the ball and everybody got involved. It wasn't just sitting off of one guy. You know, when Doug Collins was there, right? Doug Collins, he like initiated Archangel offense. It was an Archangel offense under Doug Collins. Like the first 6 years with Mike. You know, and then, you know, 1990 comes and Phil Jackson implements the triangle offense. That helped Jordan's career more than anything. But yeah, people don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. They talk about this aura he has, or, you know, oh, he's the, you know, like I said, as much as I like and admired Mike, even back then, a lot of the stuff that people were saying, it's becoming a myth. It started to become a mythical figure, you know what I mean? Like, did this actually happen? Did this actually happen? Or are you just going by what everybody else is saying, you know what I mean? And you got cats out here, and it's not just Skip Bayless. You got these content creators out here that's just like, got certain agendas, got certain things they going after. It's like low-hanging fruit argument, you know what I mean? It's like, well, LeBron can't be top 5 because he's 4-6 in the finals. But yeah, you got Wilt in your top 5. Yeah, you got Wilt in your top 5. You know what I mean? You got Wilt in your top 5, whatever, right? And it's like,
but they don't though, Bo. But that's the thing. But see, look, what you're saying, they would say you're speaking blasphemy. You're not as a Jordan fan. You're not supposed to be talking like that. Yeah,
right. They look at me. They look at me like there's something wrong with me. Like, you can't. I mean, you can't do anything with Michael Jordan or LeBron James at the same time. You can't. It's like they both can't be appreciated. You got to put one against the other.
And that's why we exist. But that's why we exist.
Who don't hate LeBron? That's all. They don't even know how to talk to Zesty Jeffrey. They don't know how to talk to people who can give LeBron a compliment that don't have him his goat.
Right. But it's like it's both. It's like it's both sides. But at the same time, I can't even lie. The Michael Jordan brigade is starting to become out of control. And it's all because of people like Skip Bayless. And then it gets all the people that came up in like the early 2000s that didn't see Michael Jordan's career. They act like this guy didn't have no shortcomings.
I'm worse than
great players that had shortcomings. What'd you say?
I'm worse.
No, but look, just like this guy here, he's been in the comments all day. He said same old talking points. No, here in GOAT James Kingdom, as you can see,
ain't no same talking points.
Yeah, if you're a real basketball fan, whether you like LeBron or Jordan as the GOAT, you're still gonna be able to come up here and talk. It's only you Zesty Jeffries that can come up here and talk. LeBron fans can come up here and tell you the game and tell you how great Jordan is.
There's a difference. There's a difference between a Michael Jordan fan and a JDR. JDR can only come up. JDR's can only come up with, oh man, he's 6-0 in the finals. Oh, he got better shoes. Oh, he did this and he did that. He's a killer. He's an assassin. LeBron ain't got that. LeBron ain't got that.
Or no, yeah, exactly. Like he said, or this right here, like he just says here. If we did a poll for the president, it counts, and Jordan wins all polls. When we all know Zesty Jeffries are criminals, and they can't even vote for the president. So I don't even know why he would even bring that up. I don't even know why would he bring that up.
And like I said before, most of these guys didn't watch basketball past 1991. Before 1991, they didn't watch basketball. Oh, 96. Well, yeah, 96. Yeah, for sure 96. But I'm saying like
when they started watching it. Yeah.
Fantastic takes per usual there, Blue Bull.
Oh, no problem. No doubt.
All right. So, any last words so I can move on this?
Respect your elders.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, everybody's criteria is different. Everybody has a different criteria as far as, like, you know, why they measure greatness. Mine's is like, I take everything into consideration. You know what I mean? Accolades, you know, what this player did in this era, stats, championships, all that. You know, what impact, what dominance.
Probably about criteria. I want to know yours. I really do.
You want to know mine? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
You are not. I want to compare our criteria because I think they're like similar, probably.
They might be similar. They might be similar. I mean, but like I said before, man, it's like a difference. But a lot of these Michael Jordan JDRs don't got no criteria. All they think about is Jordan this, Jordan that, to the point where somebody said Kevin Johnson was a better point guard than Chris Paul.
Jim Brown, that is wrong.
Kevin Johnson. Or somebody say John Stockton is a better point guard than what do you call it? Jason Kidd. Come on now.
Don't get sturdy starting on John Stockton already.
Hey, let that man speak. Let that man speak, Johnny. Let that man speak.
Because
I'm just
saying, like,
being number one,
I'd take Kidd over Stockton.
Will make him better than Chris Paul or Jason Kidd than being number one in points.
Well,
Don't make LeBron better than.
Well, listen. I already told y'all, and y'all already know this. We have the most comprehensive and the most objective criteria and list out to date. No one has ever been able to do what Brandon and I have been able to do. So at the end of the day, I would love for any one of those Zesty Jeffries, any Michael Jordan fan, any Kobe Bryant fan, any one of these basketball fans to come up with a better criteria.
You know they're not going to do it. You know why? You know why they're not going to do it? Because I done had plenty of people, plenty trying to get these YouTube content creators to come and challenge me on, especially this LeBron and Kobe thing, you know, especially this guy, Prince Sports. He's saying Kobe dominated his era more so than LeBron did.
Well, he did. He's way better player than LeBron. Blue Ball.
Oh, man, but I'm just saying, like, he forgets about Tim Duncan. He forgets about he played with Shaq 3 of those 5 championships. But it's like, it's crazy, man, like how they go out their ways to try to, you know, change the narrative to fit their criteria. It's crazy, man, but it's expected.
And it don't work. It don't work.
No, it don't work.
Let's let New World then.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna hit y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Good talking to y'all.
Thank you so much, Blue Ball. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Let's off with a prayer before you go.
Love me some Blue Ball. Highlight of the week.
All right, New World, it's your turn.
Ask that man to lead us in prayer before he go. I'm done with you, bro.
Salute to you brothers on the panel. Salute to GJK, man. It's been a great show. Been a great show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. What you got on today's topic? We were talking LeBron James and how he created the basically a Zesty Jeffrey nightmare because it's been horrible for the whole 2024 year.
Oh man, like these last few years have been pretty bad for the JDRs for the most part. You know, because everybody was pretty much shitting on the Lakers for the last couple of years during the Russ era. But as soon as we got rid of him, that's a Western Conference appearance. You know, yeah, Denver rained on our parade. It was all good. It happens. You know, we got to the next year, LeBron, 40K points, getting the in-season tournament banner. And then we get on to the summertime, and he over here getting that Olympic gold with the MVP. Like, this just been off the chain. You know, that whole we done with the 90s trend that happened on TikTok, I think that was one of the best things that probably could have happened in the basketball world this year, just because it changed a lot of the narratives. It started putting more doubt to the myth that is Michael Jordan, because you got a lot of young casual fans that, you know, they're probably not as well studied in the game. They listen to like their uncles or their parents and whatnot, and they hear Michael Jordan is the GOAT. You know, they don't really actually, you know, they haven't seen this dude play. So, you know, their opinions are the opinions of somebody else, or they're hearing Skip Bayless from like, you know, the last 10 years or so. And it just makes the whole basketball conversation just super muddled, I guess you could say. You can't really talk basketball with a lot of people without them bringing up biases or narratives to support which player is better than the other. So, you know, I think that we done with the 90s thing just kind of really like kind of took that how do you say it? Like, it took that mythical glow off of the 90s and kind of just exposed it for what it really was.
It opened the door. So shout out to Mike Peak. Y'all make sure to keep following him. He's still doing content. It's no longer we done with the 90s. Now it's the beer and butter special.
No, that man, salute to him, because
and y'all know what that beer and butter mean, because we all know what that beer and butter mean. Ain't no question about when he say butter, we know what he talking about. That's for a fact.
No, but
That
no,
is for a fact.
I was going to speak on that too because we were sitting here just astounded that Bronny James was getting the hate that he was getting, and this man ain't done nothing wrong in his life. This man just got off of a cardiac arrest, almost died, and we over here just trying to root for him and praise his his dream coming true. But we got Marcus Jordan over here doing man messing around with that booger sugar. that's off the chain. Bro.
I saw you in that picture, New World. You were right there.
I got
That's off the
baking
chain,
soda.
man. That's
I got
crazy. Like
bacon soda.
only Jordan's son could do some cocaine on national or like what? What was this? Like you can do this in broad daylight and get away with that shit. That's crazy. Nepotism.
Hey, New World. New World. Cody was listening
Is he
to.
in France?
Cody was
He said
listening to
never
her
chisel
while he
because
was
he can
snorting that
do
booger
it.
sugar.
Or
You know what he was listening to while he was snorting that booger sugar? Bricks.
What?
All white bricks.
Hey, I used to always tell Johnny the only GOAT MJ is Michael
Yo,
Jackson,
man.
but I guess now it's Marcus Jackson or Marcus Jordan. He's the new GOAT MJ.
He said
Marcus
never
Marcus
Jordan.
is out here living his best life, pounding his
He's
teammates'
the
wives.
he's the new GOAT. He's the new GOAT MJ. Marcus Jordan.
I love how we
He
not
don't
talking
dunk
about
basketball.
music.
He doesn't dunk basketballs. He dunk 8
Let's
balls.
let Aaron get his take in. What up, Aaron? What you got for us today, brother?
Aaron.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Nothing much,
Yeah.
brother. What you got, man?
No, first I want to address Willie Sermons that keeps on talking about these surveys and these lists on how everybody votes Jordan the GOAT, right? Well, if that actually holds any value, then that means Eminem is the GOAT, because in every survey and every questionnaire you see, Eminem's the GOAT in every survey, and by far, like, you know what I'm saying? So all that is opinionated. It's all bias based. Those lists mean nothing. That's one. Two, yeah, Jordan fans have been mad, because all the bashing they do to LeBron, and now that we're bashing back, they have no argument for it. So the main topics now are sneaker sales, Jordan being voted the GOAT number one, and other stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to say that for me, Jordan played in the crackheaded era. He faced a bunch of Pookies and Tyrone Biggums, right? That's all I'm saying, right? So he's 1-9 without Pippen, right? In the playoffs alone, right? Hold on. In the playoffs alone, Jordan hardly faced a team that had 2 scores on it, right? There's so much, bro.
What about Reggie Miller?
Oh,
Reggie Miller was the best. Reggie Miller was
Reggie
the best
Miller is
player
so fucking
Jordan faced in the
overrated.
playoffs, right?
Reggie a bum.
Reggie Miller is so fucking overrated.
You can hear me?
Bro,
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead, brother. Continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. LeBron James is the GOAT because LeBron James is the only player that's top 10 in 11 different categories in all-time leaders list, right? LeBron James is top 10 in almost every single statistical category in all-time playoff stats, right? LeBron James is the only player to win Finals MVP and win a ring with 3 different teams in the most elite, most talented, most athletic era ever. You know what I'm saying? They keep on bringing up LeBron being swept in the finals. That's cool. Jordan got swept in the finals by the most slowest, most unathletic team I've ever seen in NBA history, dude. Bird was unathletic, slow. So was McHale. So was Robert Parrish. So was Walton. And these dudes want to keep on bashing LeBron every little chance they get. So when we bash back, now they're butthurt. So all they talk about is Jordan being the GOAT, being voted on the GOAT on every survey, or Jordan, you know what I'm saying, having the most sneaker sales, which makes no sense. It has absolutely nothing to do with basketball. It has nothing to do with basketball, bro.
Facts.
But his son being on crack is.
What?
Yeah, because y'all opened that door.
His son being on crack is.
I opened that door, bashing Bronny.
No. I'm saying to Craig's point, I personally believe like instead of responding to like the idiot takes, just do better. Like that's how I see it. Like because at that point you start.
You go and you
Why
go.
not?
Listen. Listen. I go low. Don't. Listen. What is Deion Sanders
Go low,
says?
I go to hell.
Yeah, nah. What did Deion Sanders
That's
says?
why I'm gonna say for
He
now
says, I don't know.
on.
I don't know the address.
because
I don't
hey,
know the address to the high road. I don't even know
When he
the
talks
address to
about
that place.
Justin
I don't even
Jeffries,
go
I
there.
tell him
nah, but like,
Hell
but
no.
all
So
jokes
you
aside,
wait. So you telling me out of all the stuff that happened this summer, I can't sit back and crack jokes after they were talking about nepotism and making fun of a man helping his son accomplish his dream, while this man's son was out here doing stuff like this?
You're able to do drugs during the day and still function, still do your job.
Well, how the fuck else would you do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
Wesley Jeffries need to get their life straightened out. They need to stop going on basketball shows talking their silliness and their nonsense because they never watch the games. They need to stop creating podcasts because GOAT James Kingdom exists. It's over for them. Sturdy, stop trying to save them. You guys are out here trying to be the MJ police, and it's not going to work. You can't save him. You just can't do it.
They can help.
Yes, I gave the sketch artist a description.
Yeah, she'll be back in 7:15.
Ed, that'll be all, McTeague. Why don't we get that other artist? You know, the one who never dates, lives with those two guys? Right. Sorensen. Jane, I'd like to see the rest of the Institute now, if you don't mind, Dr. Meinheimer.
yeah, I'm not trying to say nobody.
You
I'm
can't be
not
an
trying to say
MJ
nobody.
police.
I wanted to ask
I'm
Craig
not
a
trying to say
question.
nobody. All I'm saying is like
Craig, I want to ask you a
consequence.
question.
There's a consequence towards entertaining certain rhetoric to a certain degree. It end up being disrespectful to other things. Like the brother just said, that Bird team they lost to, that was slow, white. I'm like, no, that was an all-time great team. Like why does like other players errors got to get disrespected because a few fanatics go crazy? That's all. That's my main
You know
question.
why? You know why?
Go ahead, address Aaron. Go ahead.
Because every time I get on social media, like I said, Jordan fans are the reasons why I even started commenting on social media, dude, because they bash LeBron every day I'm talking about every second of the day, bro, and it's just crazy to me because, like, even with the finals losses, right, when you bash LeBron's finals losses, the 2011 Mavs weren't even the fourth best team that LeBron faced in the finals, and the 2011 Mavs are better than every single team that Jordan faced in the finals, bro. Dirk Nowitzki was better than everybody that Jordan ever faced in the finals, dude. Even Karl Malone.
I don't know about all that.
All right.
I kind of agree with that. Dirk's not a slouch now.
Dirk is not better than Malone, bro. I'm sorry.
Dirk is a way better one-on-one scorer than Malone, right? A lot of Malone's points came off Stockton's assist.
No, you should go watch those games.
Oh wait, Sturdy. Let me ask you this, Sturdy. Though, would you agree though the points that he brought up about why Dirk Nowitzki is better than Malone are the same points Zesty Jeffries used to say a player is better than the next player?
Yeah.
Yeah. All he said was one-on-one score.
He said more one-on-one score being more. That's what they say. Because to them, they don't respect Karl Malone's scoring at all. They don't.
No, that's my point. No. If anything, that's my point, Johnny. Like when you just continue to educate yourself, right? Like you don't resort to that point. Like you end up kind of like seeing the game how they see it. Like he thinks Dirk is better than Malone.
But he's using their logic because in reality, Dirk Nowitzki took his team to a championship.
Exactly.
Why is he
Malone never did that.
Why you using that logic? Why you using that logic in this conversation I'm having? I'm not a Jordan fan.
Because you were saying
They don't know how to talk to real Jordan fans.
No, hold on. No, because you're not going to switch it up. Because Aaron had a chance to respond, right? Because you went at him for about what he said about how the Celtics were non-athletic. And that's what they complain about, how players are not athletic. That's what they talk about. They say how do you lose to an old team that's non-athletic like the Dallas Mavericks?
Exactly.
That's what they mentioned.
And then what he followed up with, Johnny? And then what did he follow up with? Say the whole thing.
No, but that's what you brought up.
Yeah, exactly.
No. What did he respond with? He started with that, and then what did he follow up with?
He said that that's the conversation they have, and he brought up more
examples. He said that Dirk was better than Malone, which I agree with.
That's it.
Just like Jason Kidd is better than Stockton.
by Michael Jordan fans or Zesty Jeffries logic, Dirk Nowitzki is.
Dirk Nowitzki is
I don't think.
ranked.
I don't think by
Dirk
their logic. I
Nowitzki,
don't think by their logic they have Dirk above Malone. To be honest.
but Dirk Nowitzki is ranked number 2 on almost everybody's top 10 best power forwards ever list.
I don't know
Right
what
after
list you've
Dunk.
been seeing. I don't know what list you've been
All right,
seeing.
and another thing,
For me,
another thing is,
I don't know what
I don't
list
see
you've been.
Dirk definitely. I can see Dirk definitely being in maybe the top 10 or even the top 5.
Number
but top
2?
2, that's always going to be Tim Duncan
Hell
and
no.
KG.
no, Tim Duncan is number 1. But what I'm trying to say is that like when I go on everybody's top 10 best power forwards list, Dirk Nowitzki is either number 2 or number 3.
Say names.
Well, you can make. Well, what's Dirk and KG's head-to-head matchup?
That I clicked on. All right, look.
The man
Oh, wait.
said he's
ESPN.
So what I'm saying is,
ESPN rated Dirk higher than Malone.
No, what do you
Bird
rank
to
them?
me-
What do you rank
ESPN
them?
rated
Was it
Dirk
3?
higher
Was
than
it 2?
Malone.
Was it 2?
Bird
Was
and
it
the
2?
Celtics were amazing.
No, it wasn't 2.
But my point is,
Oh,
that
I know
they
it wasn't
bashed
2.
the bronze competition.
No one has Dirk at fucking number 2.
Hold on. What are you saying, Aaron?
Nah,
say
nobody.
No, this is what I'm saying.
You can't say
What I'm
nobody.
saying is this. All the
Oh, now I can't be. I gotta
you
be
see,
literal.
like
He can't.
when I talk about the Celtics and Bird, I'm not bashing them because I know the Celtics were an amazing team. That was a dynasty team, a powerful team. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that when they bash LeBron's competition and say, "Oh, look at Jokic. Jokic can't jump and he's getting beat by Jokic." The same thing for Larry Bird. Larry Bird couldn't even hardly dunk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not bashing Bird, but when you guys are bashing the players from LeBron's era, I'm a bash back, and that's only right, bro. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm from
It's
that
just
era,
an
bro.
issue.
Guess what? I'm
Hold
from
on,
that
Sturdy.
era.
Before
I'm
you say
45
that,
years old. I'm 45 years old, right? And since I was like 8 years old, my uncles were sports fanatics, bro, and all they did was watch sports. So I was watching sports as an 8-year-old, and when I got older, I started doing more research and more research. So I've been hearing the names of Dr. J. Dr. J is one of my top favorite players. You know what I'm saying? So I've been watching sports. I played almost every single sport in the book except for golf and cricket. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man.
No golf?
It's really just an issue of counterattack
Aaron.
from LeBron
Hey,
fans
hold on,
because
world. Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
ESPN has Dirk, the second power forward, at number 17. They have Giannis, number 18. They have Kevin Garnett, 21, and Charles Barkley, 22nd, and Karl Malone, 23rd. So there is people who have Dirk, number 2, in power
Man,
forward.
thank you. Okay,
No, wait. Hold on, wait. Now, this is why the GOAT James Kingdom exists, because of Zesty Jeffrey Jim Brown is saying this show ain't credible. You got clowns saying Dirk's number 2 power forward of all time. Aaron didn't say that Dirk Nowitzki is his second power forward of all time. He said that people have rated him better than Karl. That's all he said. And all he said was he was better than Karl Malone. That's all he said.
Yes,
that's all he said. But
Because
they can't talk the game.
Scoring.
Yeah,
No.
Because of one-on-one scoring.
No, but he never said he was number 2.
Karl Malone better.
I think Karl Malone's better.
People have him at number 2.
But
well, I will say Aaron didn't really get to finish why he was explaining Dirk was better than Malone. Like he had started with the one-on-one thing, and you guys kind of interrupted him. But you know what I was going to say though was with the whole thing with you know the LeBron James fans counterattacking is because for so long we've just been hearing all the negative media and hatred towards LeBron James. People trolling him on Facebook. You know, when he was 3-5, and then when he went 3-6 after losing to the Warriors, people weren't really like, you didn't really have very many voices pushing back against that, aside from like a Shannon Sharp or like a Nick Wright. A lot of that stuff in the media was kind of like the general consensus or what everybody was thinking, as far as like, you know, LeBron never being able to surpass Jordan because he was 3-6. But, you know, after he got that 4th ring, that's kind of when you started to see the narrative turn around a little bit more. People kind of starting to, you know, put their opinions out more. People making content channels like, you know, GJK. Like a lot of this stuff started around that 2020 year because, you know, we had the COVID layoff. You know, people weren't doing shit. So they decided to open up YouTube channels and start talking about sports. You know, like all this change really just started happening recently. But throughout the majority of the 2010s and even before then, because you know, I think Johnny said, like, you're right, like Stephen A was one of the people that defended LeBron James, like against Skip Bayless, like because Skip Bayless was the one pushing out though he doesn't have killer instinct, he's a choker. He was saying that in 2007. So you know, this was like way back in the day when LeBron was probably at peak popularity at the time, everybody didn't blame LeBron for losing in 07 and 08 and 09. Like you didn't hear any choking narratives. But Skip Bayless was the only one perpetuating that. And then, you got the Miami turn, and that's when people started to fully accept, those hating narratives that Skip Bayless was pushing out there. Because a lot of these talking points originated from him. Like I never heard shit about Killer Instinct until Skip Bayless said it. Like that was the first person that said that shit. And then you got, choking. Like I didn't even hear that as like a terminology really until Skip Bayless started saying it. And that was around like 04, 05. So it, well, some of that was used for AI, but like that was a little different because AI was getting a different kind of hate from the media at that time. But
did you see C Webb coming to the league?
What'd you say?
C Webb or the Fab Five?
Yeah, C Webb. Yeah.
To me, that's when choking always been around, but that's when choking as a term went national. What happened to
Yeah, no, you're right.
Hell yeah, they call it timeout.
Yeah, you're right.
Timeouts.
Yeah.
No, that was terrible. Like I watched that. That was terrible.
It didn't
You're not
meet
wrong.
Casuals yet. That met the basketball fans. The basketball fans they caught on to that.
Yeah.
But the casual
choking was definitely used way before.
But I don't remember that being something used against.
It wasn't like a. Yeah, it wasn't a casual narrative.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't remember that being used against him when they lost to the
I
Lakers.
remember they called Patrick.
It definitely was. They called Patrick Ewing a choker. They called C Webb a choker. I don't know what to tell you, Johnny. They definitely did.
If you lose to a better team, it wasn't really considered choking unless you vastly underperformed.
No, it's what you underperformed. Yeah, I agree with you. Like C Webb, the two negative connotations of C Webb was, especially when the Fab situation, was the timeout and the snitching. That's the
Trying to destroy this man's entire legacy, though.
Yeah, no, but what I was saying though, it's different because like with the choking thing, it's the fact that they equate everything to choking. Like you can average 30 points a game in the series and lose in 4 or 5 games because your team just wasn't better. But like for some reason, people think that you have to win against a team that's better than you, even if you're playing like out of your mind. Like you just don't have the better team, you're gonna lose.
Well, they did it to Will Chamberlain. Hold on, wait. I got to push back. But go ahead, Ishmael. Go ahead.
I have a question to Greg. I heard why T Perfect says Michael Jordan is the GOAT because he tries to say like he has the greatest 10 years or something like that in advanced metrics, and accumulation of awards and whatnot. Greg, why do you think Michael Jordan's the GOAT?
First of all, my name's Craig.
Craig, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. No, my bad. Sorry about that.
Disrespect.
Sorry about that.
How you get fired on your day off, Craig?
Shut up, Ishmael.
The reason why I said, the reason why I said a GOAT, I call Jordan the GOAT because of what he did. Like every season, he was the top of something. He was this. He was scoring champion. Steals. Every season he was the top of the leaderboard in some shape and form. Even when he was losing, as well as when he was winning, he was always the top. He was the top. Whether it was scoring, whether it was stealing, or whatever. Every season he was something. You had to say he did something great that season, and he was rewarded for it. So that's why.
Well, not his Wizards years, but I mean, I guess you say with the Bulls. I mean,
you can say the same thing with LeBron, though.
The Wizards years, he was all-star.
He did get a trophy. He did get a trophy on the Wizards. We're not doing that.
Stop it, 30, man. We ain't talking about no 30.
He did get a trophy, Ishmael.
He did get a trophy.
He did get a trophy.
Get one. He's the only one that got that trophy too. No one else got that trophy but Michael Jordan. No one else. That is factual. So
I guess you can put that on the resume.
No, but listen. We've always asked people like Craig and Travis to help us understand their criteria a little bit more. Travis did, and his GOAT ended up being the Joker.
It will be in 3 years. Don't worry.
And Craig still got a chance. Actually, every week we're gonna give these gentlemen their own segment. Starting next week, Travis is gonna be doing Travis a chat bomb, so he's gonna be going after all you Zesty Jeffries and all you idiots in the comments saying stupid stuff in the chat line. So we're gonna get them going, and Craig's gonna have his own segment as well, and we're gonna let King John do something as well. We're gonna work on that. So that's definitely something we got working for y'all. As you can see, we're doing the best.
Why am I the reason these JDRs are the way they talk? I'm pretty sure they've been saying shit before I even got on your show.
You got
Really
on this
fast.
show because of the stuff they were saying, Craig. Remember, you told us, you was like, you know what? I got to show up, man. There's some silly dudes showing up here on a week-to-week basis. That's when they thought they could come step up and talk to Brandon and I face-to-face. Now they realize they can't do it. Now they just they stay safe in the comments. They don't want to do it no more. And they,
I miss those dudes coming up here and y'all giving them like the 1 minute 3 session, like it's like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and they try to explain why Jordan is the GOAT, and you literally know exactly what they're gonna say. And I think again, the greatest thing of all time will always be, you know, the Gatorade commercial. And I mean, when Jordan was playing, there was no crime. That will always be the greatest line ever.
And this is my thing.
Really fast.
Complain about not having serious basketball talks, but all of y'all talks is address people who don't talk about basketball.
So we're really fast.
That's that's what we do best. But go ahead, Travis. Go ahead, Travis. Go,
Right,
Travis.
every comment has been about these JDRs and these Zesty Jeffries. Y'all complain
Because they make the
about
most
these
outlandish
all
statements. And they're always talking. They're the
So
loudest
change
and
the
they talk the
narrative.
most.
Speak to people who
They
like
are
Jordan.
definitely the loudest.
We do that. That's why we got you fine gentlemen up here
Well,
to
stop
help us
saying,
do
well,
that.
these Zesty Jeffries.
Hey, Craig.
Nah, we gotta
I
say
got-
the Zesty Jeffries. That
Hey,
listens.
Craig. Wouldn't Wilt Chamberlain be the GOAT since he led something in almost every, like, he has the most stat titles, like, out of everybody, like,
He don't got enough
between,
rings.
like,
Don't bring that up. He don't got enough rings. Stop it. He don't got
oh
six.
no, oh
So
my
really
God.
fast. So the segment that I'm sure that King John and Craig can explain theirs really fast, but mine is during the show, guys. My segment's gonna be like, I want you guys to, like, whatever we're talking about, whatever the main section is, even if it's not, I want you guys to direct just questions at me, like, that I can, like, tag in my segment. Like, it doesn't have to be like a hot take, like a matchup you think is better, just a question, an NBA question you think, like, you want to debate something, and I'll address it. Like, just a hot take question. I'll take 3 of those or however long we have, and then I'll pick 3 random ones from the chat up until it's my turn to do my take or my segment, and then we'll just go from there. So 3 random questions. Make it a good question. It doesn't have to be Jordan versus LeBron. It could be matchups. It could be rankings, stats, just anything you want to ask. And I will bring that up. I'll mention you, and I'll be like, okay, this is what I think about that. And, like, then obviously we can just parlay off that.
All right, so that'll be called Travis's Chat Bomb, and y'all be able to come ask him any questions y'all want. That'll be a great job. Good job by you, brother. Hey, listen, we're trying to create content because this is what GOAT James Kingdom is about. It's what you guys fail to realize. The Zesty Jeffries have saturated the basketball world. They're like the zombies, and we're like in Resident Evil. So we're like the Umbrella Corporation, right? We're like the Umbrella Corporation. Right? And our job is to bring humanity back. We have to bring humanity back to basketball. So we have to go after the Zesty Jeffries. There are some crazy LeBron fans.
Hey, Johnny, do you really believe this? Hey, Johnny, you really believe this right here? You talk.
I do. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what we go through. Y'all don't understand what you go through.
That's crazy.
You guys don't know. You guys really don't understand this. And to a certain degree, what y'all have accepted is that because the Zesty Jeffries are so loud and boastful, y'all have accepted them. They're all over the place. Y'all brought up steroids, fitness, and rants, but there's more. There's Michael Jordan fans are the worst page. There's the what's called the scab attack. There's Meltdown Sports. There's the Angry Man. There's Creepers Pro. There's a bunch of people out here who have a large fan base who continually drop content about how LeBron's not this, and they talk about this era horribly. And they're not real basketball fans. And Players' Choice and these other platforms who are supposed to be more objective don't do a good job. They don't really help us understand the game more. And that's what GOAT James Kingdom is here for. We break the game down. That's why I'm glad FYF is around. Because I ain't gonna lie, FYF does a good job breaking the game down. You learn the game of basketball watching GOAT James Kingdom and watching FYF. I don't know what else. I don't know nowhere else where you can watch the game of basketball and learn it better than here. Y'all tell me where. Let's start with you, Travis. Where have you learned the game of basketball more in these last 4 years besides GOAT James Kingdom?
Just from Skip Bayless and Rob Parker, really the only better people.
King John, where have you gone in the last 3-4 years and find any good content about basketball like GOAT James Kingdom?
Johnny, this is my answer right here.
What's King John segment?
No, and something else. If y'all have a question to ask Travis, y'all already reach out to me on Facebook 1,000,000 times a day. Trust me, I get all the questions. I get all your remarks. If you have any questions that you want Travis to adjust, you can send them to me, and I will send them to Travis, and he can do with it what he wants to after that. Y'all already reach out to me on Facebook 1,000,000 times a day. Trust me, I get them all.
Shit. I don't want to hear from none of y'all, man.
See, so I was just about to ask. Yeah, see, Craig don't pay attention to nobody. He found us. Luckily, he already knows GOAT James Kingdom's the only place to talk basketball. That's why he shows up here every Sunday. So shout out to you, Craig. Twin Man, you are a new member. Thank you for becoming a member. Where else can you talk basketball or find a place that talk basketball like GJK?
It's just here in FYF. I've tried to go have basketball conversations other places, and it just devolved into debauchery and name calling and bull crap because you have a difference of opinion. And then when you use their own logic against them, they get really, really upset because I had somebody recently talking to me about Golden State, talking about how Steph Curry was better than LeBron. I said, so by your logic, since, Steph Curry beat LeBron James, would that make Larry Bird better than Jordan since, he's undefeated against him? Would that make Isaiah better than him? If we're going by that logic. And he immediately said no. So it's like they can't even they don't understand how their logic is really flawed. And they'll say anything to diminish someone's career. And we just have to stop doing that. Please, let's just appreciate what we're seeing. I don't think we're going to see another 20-something year career like this probably for the rest of our lifetime. I'm almost willing to put money on that. I don't see us seeing another career like this for the rest of the time we're on this earth.
Well, he's calling you out,
man. Well, you know what? Shout out to Tribe Judah. You right, Tribe Judah. Shout out to A Weezy Bang because A Weezy Bang do the AZ Rebang and sports. He definitely talks the game, but he does other things as well. His channel is not just predicated on basketball. He does do though when he does talk sports and talk basketball though, he does talk like a true sports fan. So yeah, shout out to A Weezy Bang and the Bang Nation over there. They do their thing over there. Shout out to them. So let's Sturdy get in. Sturdy, I know you're
stop crime in the 90s. I don't want to talk to you.
Y'all, hey, listen, Willie, you are always welcome to show up on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. You are definitely more than welcome. You are a Michael Jordan fan. You're not a Zesty Jeffrey. But let's let Sturdy get in. Sturdy, besides FYF, where else have you seen anybody talk basketball the way we do here in GOAT James Kingdom?
No, when it's LeBron centric, I'll say you and maybe Bang. But I do want to let people know, like, there is a lot of basketball discourse around, and it's not one specific sector. It's not a revolve around. It's not as toxic, If you want to learn more about basketball, you can listen to not just a GJK and FYF when Lamar's not trolling. Also, what is that? Well, anyway, but who is that?
Yo, Sturdy always got something going on. Sturdy's always got something.
No, that's not me.
I feel like Sturdy's a cartel member.
That's not me. That's not me. I don't know who that was.
Muted. Everybody's muted.
That wasn't me.
Sturdy runs the East Coast.
No, but
Sturdy be in the middle of 125th Street.
No, other channels you can learn basketball. Obviously, Mind the Game by LeBron. Thinking Basketball, B-Ball Breakdown. I just want to remind people there's plenty of channels that you can just learn the game about basketball. But at the end of the day, still do your own research because we all don't see the game the same, and then develop your own opinion. You don't need the opinions of others to dictate your own. Stop being lazy.
But those channels. I'm sorry, go ahead, John.
The one thing, Sturdy, I think you need to take your own advice on that. That's the one thing I think you need to do is take your own advice on that last statement you made because a lot of people don't see the game the way you see it. A lot of people don't break the game down the way you break it down. They see it the way they see it, just like you said. Impact. How do you judge impact? So one person can see the game one way, but you can say, well, an impact is greater for them. Well, this person didn't see that impact like that. So I believe that one thing you need to do is take your own advice with that.
Oh yeah, I definitely am, John. That's why I'm starting up my own thing. But that's why when I'm on these platforms, I always remind people: it's not don't just talk about the things that favor your argument. Say the things in totality, because at the end of the day, only going to educate you more about the games. So, and that's one of the first things I came up with. Is like there's other facts besides the empirical numbers. I'm an engineer, John. Like I'm around numbers all day. But there are other facts besides empirical numbers. The stuff that you can see on film that's important. The stuff you can see on even what the players can say or what the coaches say for the scheme, that's important. And so when we try to assess these players and figure out why these players do these things, it's more than just, oh, they're just like that because of their talent and skills. There's a reason behind that. That's why I try to push. I try to push the totality of the sport and not just one perspective that just favors your argument.
Well, the one thing about being an engineer, it's hard to get away from numbers. So when you say that you want to see the bigger picture, I see that you're actually trying to see the bigger picture. Because the one thing about being an engineer is it's hard to get away from the numbers because the numbers explains a lot. So being an engineer, the numbers explains everything to you. So if you're trying to go outside the numbers, I can take a greater impact of what you're saying.
I don't. But see, I have to. Let me say this real quick. Why?
All we have is
I
numbers.
understand.
Yeah, you're right.
I understand what Sturdy's saying. There is a bigger story besides the numbers. But in my opinion, the numbers tell the greatest story. You're playing. You literally play. You're playing a sport where the numbers literally dictate what you do. It actually can dictate that impact. It actually can tell you how productive you are. It can tell you how unproductive you are. So to sit here and say the numbers don't tell the story is just insane. Especially in a game that runs off numbers.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
I'm not saying here saying
he said there's just a different scope. He said there's a different scope that you can go outside of the numbers to help you understand.
And Twin Man, the perfect example for this, ask yourself, why does Bill Russell is regarded as the consistent greatest defender of all time? He wasn't around with DPO wise. They didn't track all his blocks and steals, and yet from a consistent standpoint, why is he viewed as the greatest defender of all time? It's because of his impact. It's because when he contributes to the game.
Because he averaged 25 rebounds a game and 11 titles.
No, but not only that. No, but
that's not an indicator of how great defender he is.
But sturdy. But that's
the reason.
No, but you're bringing up something that is automatically and truly known and accepted as a subjective take. We always know judging somebody defensively has always been a subjectivity that's been a part of it because of the lack of stats that are available across the board for defense and what you do on defense. But there are some defensive stats like Brandon brought up, which are 25 rebounds per game, or just the fact that we know he did block shots and that he did play great defense.
No, why did you know? No, why did you know? Because when you watch the games that are available, you saw his impact. That's still facts. And
we didn't see none of his games.
You don't have to watch one Bill Russell game to know that he was impactful defensively. You don't have to watch one of them because we have.
Yeah, most of what I learned about Bill Russell came from a book.
It's not based off championships and just rebounding. Because one, we both know offense rebounds go into defensive rebounds in terms of rebounding average, and number two, 11 rings are a team accomplishment. No. I'm saying, Twin Man. When we're trying to gauge how great a defender is, you're not just looking at total rebounds or rebounds per game. And that's why I said before, like, we all know, for example, defense, one of the great things what made LeBron great at his peak defensively, as John was alluded to, his ability to recover space and defend the rim as well as to guard his man. His ability to be a safety and a linebacker by communicating on the baseline. Communication is the number one thing on defense in any team sport, but that it will never be a stat for that. But that's still important. You can still prove that. You can still fact check that. And that's all I'm saying. Is
But
not.
that's
I never
only
said
on
numbers didn't
defense.
matter.
But that's only
I
on
never said
defense.
no. That's my no. Hey Johnny, that's my premise. That's my
That's
premise.
only on
I'm
defense.
saying.
But
No,
that's only on
Still
defense.
do the same thing right
That's
now,
only on
and he's
defense.
not the near the defensive player he is now. So he does the same thing now.
No,
He's
he
communicating
doesn't.
on
No, he
defense.
doesn't. He's not.
He's communicating on defense now.
Not to the same degree as Miami Heat, because even he said it before. I was more locked
He's
in.
communicating
I was
more
more
on
hungry.
defense now. I'm pretty sure.
He still communicates. He still does the same thing. He still.
I didn't say he didn't.
He just
I didn't
can't.
say he
He
didn't.
can't. He just can't.
You gotta stop.
His mind and his body are two different things. His mind is way much more advanced now than it was in 2013, but his body is nowhere near as quick.
You can interchange 2013 LeBron onto
No, but
almost
that's
any
not my
other
premise. No, that's not my premise. My premise is this: there are things that anybody who played basketball, especially B, you understand this. There's things that are important that will never have a number besides them, but it's still a fact. It's still
But
an
only
important
on
contribution
defense,
to the game. It's not. Hold
Only
on
on
offense too.
defense.
Hold on,
What?
on offense too. If I control the tempo of the game, that facilitating, there's no stat for that.
There is a stat.
But that's an important factor of the game.
It's called user
Hold
rate.
on.
It's called user rate.
No, it's not. Usage rate is not tempo of the game, Johnny. It's not.
Pace of the game.
Please bring up the definition.
Pace
Please
of
bring
the
up the definition of
game.
usage rate.
Players' pace. The pace of the game. The pace of that's a stat. Pace. Possession.
Pace is the number of possessions for
That-
a team.
and
What I
that's gonna
said for a player. No, what I said for a player.
And the player that you're going to talk about, and the player you're going to talk about, better reflect there. If it don't reflect there, then you're just talking nonsense. That's the point. The only thing that you're going to bring up that's subjective that we can't talk numbers about are going to be on defense. On like
That's not subjective, John.
even on defense, we can do that because we can see how much time you contested shots. We can see how you play defense. Those numbers are there. What you're talking about is additional shit that have nothing to do with basketball. That shit has nothing. That shit has nothing to do with basketball.
What?
It really
Johnny,
nothing to do with basketball. Come on, wait. Do you think Jared Dudley was on the basketball court and wasn't communicating?
Who said that?
Hold on.
That shit means nothing. Then it means nothing. Jared Dudley's on the basketball court communicating means shit. Means nothing. That's like it was the same thing when somebody brought up true shooting on Friday. If it's a stat that you can easily dismiss when somebody else is talking about, or a situation that you could dismiss with somebody else, then it doesn't mean shit. If you're telling me LeBron James' communication is so effective in 2013, just him communicating, then it should work for Jared Dudley.
That's not what I said.
Okay, let me say, hey Donnie, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, Ishmael. Go ahead.
To add to Sturdy's point, I have a question. Like LeBron James did so well defensively on Jokic in the Olympic game in the fourth quarter, and I tell people that on the Facebook group, and people don't understand that. Like, he was sealing him off and fronting him to keep him away from the structure of the offense. So he was taking him out of the offense. He was basically locking him up in that aspect. So he was very impactful. Can that be measured in a stat?
No, you still ain't denying the ball. You denying the ball is not. There's no stat for that. Denying the ball is no stat for that.
Yeah, that's why I was adding to your.
On
NBA.com, they have those.
That's why I was adding. Sturdy, I was adding to your point.
That's why I keep telling y'all get synergy. Like, synergy has all the available stats available.
Sturdy, I was adding to what you were saying.
That's what I'm saying. I was sponsoring John, not you, man.
Okay.
No, I was not. I was sponsoring John.
No, if I understand that, if I understand correctly, there is a stat tracker for denying the ball. But I'm gonna go double check.
Hey Johnny, please get synergy. Please get synergy.
Recently.
No, NBA.com. I go to NBA. I did sign up for Synergy. I need you help with that because
I understand. Like, there's just some. It just sounds like just some things that aren't measurable in the quality of a basketball player. Like when I saw LeBron James doing that. Even though I do agree, like the stats from what is from what we can track, even on both sides of the ball, I think they are the greatest. The biggest deal of importance towards a greater player's accomplishments and productivity. But I understand it's not the all in all. So I can agree with that because,
Ishmael, I
for
messaged
example,
you after this show, and I need you to send me your criteria because you've been dodging for
I
months.
did. I told you this like 3 times already, Travis.
Bro,
I
No,
told
you
you.
didn't.
Travis, bro. He did it on the exposed video where
I
John did the
did,
top
bro.
50 players. How many times we
I
gotta tell
did,
you this?
bro. I
He
swear to
did.
God,
Yeah,
I
he
did.
did.
I told you.
He did.
He did.
I'll tell
He
you right now.
did.
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. It's the easiest thing ever. It's totals. It's totals in the regular season, totals in the playoffs, and rings. That's it.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
In the mist, if necessary, it's all-time records, like records in the career, in the regular season, in the postseason. If you got the most between those, then I can see you as the greatest of all time in the midst of
We're
your
supposed to
productivity.
explore the dark side, not join them.
Yeah, so that's my career. That's my criteria. It's nothing, a bunch of sophisticated stuff or nothing.
You were
or
the
anything
chosen
like that.
one. Smell.
Huh?
You were the
Say
chosen
what?
one.
Let
I'm
me
the
ask you a
chosen
question.
one.
Is box out considered the same thing?
No.
No, it's not, because fronting and
No.
stealing your man on defense is like so different. It's not.
Box out is
Nah.
basically only when the shot is in the air, really.
Yeah, when the
Yeah,
shot
I
is in
think-
the air, yeah.
Right.
You can still get the
Nah.
predator even when the shot is not in the air. No.
Okay.
So when you
They have
watch-
deflections.
Brandon.
They have deflections, but not denials. I don't see.
No, they don't. That's all.
Brandon.
Another thing too, Johnny.
You got the
I got
fades.
another thing. Like, when LeBron James is regarded as one of the highest IQ players that either according to his teammates or his coaches, right? When you watch LeBron play, there's multiple times, even at this older stage of his career, where he'll see D'Lo or AD do an action on play, see how the defense reacted to it, and the very next possession, what would LeBron do? He will run the same exact play, but do a different action to finish it. That is play recognition. That is important. But there's no stat for that. And all I'm saying is that's still a fact, though. That's still a reason why LeBron is so great.
None of that matters.
I mean,
All right.
well, hold on. Well,
You got
Sturdy,
it, bro.
you're saying that the stuff you're saying is why Bill Russell is basically one of the greatest, or the greatest defensive player of all time. But how can we judge that when there's so very little footage of him, other
No,
than
that's why I
going by
said.
what
That's
he
why I
averaged?
said research. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
research isn't just a film like y'all just do before. Y'all played clips of other players, explaining how great LeBron is in certain perspectives, and also we do know Bill Russell's contribution towards how he revolutionized defensive schemes. He was a coach, so all this is. That's why I said at the beginning.
How do 99.9% of NBA fans know this though? Like they don't know
I'm
anything
not speaking
about
for
him,
them.
and they.
I'm not speaking for
Because
them.
that's what I'm saying. Like you're saying,
Because
like
Bill
it should
Russell
be
had steals.
common
He had
knowledge,
blocks.
and we're saying that most people consider him a great defensive player because of his 25 rebounds and 11 rings.
No, actually,
Like that's why people consider him as
Billy,
a great
what
defensive player.
most casuals do, Billy, they'll just go to defensive one chairs and be like, "Oh my God, he has by far the most. He got to be the greatest." That's what casual fans do. But the people I'm referring to is, like I said earlier, don't be lazy. Just dictate media headlines. Other people form your opinion for you. Do your own research, and in your
Well, I'm
research,
saying like there's very little footage of us to formulate a conclusion on that though. That Bill Russell did all those things.
Yes, you can. You can watch games when he's initiating fast breaks with a block. You can
How
watch
many
games
games is
with
that?
him.
30. But how many games is that? How many games is that? Probably less than five.
I don't know the exact. It's not less than five. I'm not sure the exact number, but like the point is, you can still prove it.
I'm pretty sure it's less than 5 games.
Wait, do y'all forget that this man averaged over 5 blocks per game for his NBA career? That this man averaged over 5 steals for his NBA career?
Officially, no, he didn't.
No,
Officially, he didn't.
officially. Oh, wait. No, wait. It happened. It happened. He did steal balls, which led to scoring.
No, he did, but there's no statistics for that though.
That's the whole point. The people who saw him play saw him do this. That's why.
We
That's
understand this though.
Okay, that's why we always said to call him the greatest defender of all time is because we're going to put into the notion that he had all those blocks and steals. No one makes Bill Russell the greatest defensive player of all time because of IQ.
What? Hey Johnny, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know if you got to do your research on it, bro.
Bro. Do you understand, bro? Do you understand how many players who have IQs who can communicate but cannot do anything. They can't produce. It's about production. It's about what you do.
It's not just production. Because Johnny, another
Van
example. I knew you
Gundy,
were
no,
gonna say that. I'll give you another example.
No, give me no example. I'm done. I'm gonna give you an example. Nigga, Van Gundy has a high IQ in basketball. Shit don't matter.
What? What does
Van Gundy, coaches have high IQ in basketball, but they're not productive. They know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. It's about doing it. It's about what you do on the game of basketball. If they were recording everything that we know about basketball, we could record how many times Bill Russell contested shots, how many block shots he had, how many steals he had. All that did happen. Those are the reasons why he's one of the greatest defenders of all time. Because when he played, he contested so many shots. He rebounded the ball. He blocked so many shots. He stole so many possessions. That's why we know he was a great defender.
Yeah, you can see it in film.
Okay, yeah, in the film, what you're going to see him getting steals. You're going to see him getting blocks. You're going to see him contesting shots. You're not going to see. You're not going to see his IQ. You're not going to see his IQ. Your IQ is going to be based off of his production. That's why you want to go to his IQ. You don't know what he communicated. You don't know what he's. Hey, Johnny. All right, put it like this. You're going to give him credit for Havlicek's steal? Because in reality, he turns over the ball. And all of a sudden now, Wilt Chamberlain gets the ball, the game is over. There's no stopping Wilt Chamberlain. They're going to lose that game. Havlicek steals the ball. And basically what is told to us was that Bill Russell goes into the sideline and looks at his teammate and say, I need one of y'all to help me here. Y'all need to save me because I messed up. Because he turned over the ball. He legitimately turned over the ball. And Havlicek comes up with a steal. So is it Havlicek's smart defense that allowed you to see that? Or was it Bill Russell's
Yeah, for
IQ?
that instance that you're describing it, Johnny, yeah, but let me do the same premise, use a different player to actually have all the film of his games. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is regarded as a great defender, not just because he's a great rebounder, even though for his career he has less than a block and a steal per game, but majority consists having the top 10 as defenders. Why, Johnny? It's not just because of rebounding, and like I just told you,
because it's Zesty Jeffrey lies. Because it's Zesty Jeffrey lies.
Okay, Johnny. You
just perfectly pointed out. Wait, you just hold on, wait.
You don't have a progressive conversation.
No. You just perfectly pointed it out. Dennis Rodman, besides rebounds, doesn't have great defensive stats. He won Defensive Player of the Year, 1 year leading the league in rebounding, and another year stopping Michael Jordan. A media vote based off of subjectivity. What makes him a great defender? Who has he ever shut down besides Michael Jordan? Who has Dennis Rodman? That's what I'm saying. Based off of subjective, Zesty Jeffrey lies. That's been exposed. He's not one of the greatest defenders of all time. He's one of the greatest rebounders of all time. But he has the all defensive.
I see it now. You don't want to have a progressive conversation about
it's
basketball.
Not a progressive. No, again, it's not. That is not basketball talk. That's what I like to expose because that becomes nonsense talk. We're not talking the game anymore because there's a bunch of players. Because there's a bunch of players with high IQs that don't mean shit. So high IQ means nothing. I care about what you did. That's why the stats and accolades and achievements matter. Nothing else matters. Stats, accolades, achievements. Nothing else matters. What did you do? No, that's an opinion. That's facts. My opinion. No, because my opinion would tell you that none of that shit matters either. Because I could easily say none of that matters.
Yeah, that's
if
your
I really want to. No, it's not opinion. No, you cannot destroy stats, accolades, and achievements for you to have your opinions.
Hey, Johnny, I don't think you're listening. That's why I'm not.
I don't think you're listening. I'm asking you to talk the game of basketball and to talk sports. You must remove your subjectivity. You must remove your opinions because we have stats to determine everything. So whatever you say in your opinion means nothing. You guys literally think as basketball fans that you are entitled to your opinion. You're not.
No,
all other sports go off of stats, accolades, and achievements. All other sports.
Not really, but
yes.
Not just that. It's not just that, hey John. That's what I keep telling you. I don't know why it's such a big notion to say it's not just that. But that's why, I don't know.
Well, 30. Let me say this.
It is that. Anything you have should be based off of that. If it's not based off of that, it means nothing.
30. Let me say this.
That's your opinion,
I would agree. 30. I would agree with A. Johnny because Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time due to his his statistical productivity in the regular season and playoffs and all the amount of wins and rings he has, because he's certainly not the most talented.
He has sex with models too.
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, but he's certainly not the most talented quarterback. He's like known as, you know, all the checkdowns and all that other stuff, and he's always had the most favorable offensive line. It's like yeah, he did. Yeah, so Tom Brady is definitely not like the most talented quarterback, and arguably, I won't even say he has the highest IQ as a quarterback. So it's like the things that's easier and more manageable. It's definitely like the stats and achievements and the accolades where Johnny was
No
talking
longer
about in
going
terms
to
of career.
compare sports between the NBA. NBA is the only sports where they got 2 champions now. Don't compare it to the NFL.
Hey, listen, the NFL at one point in time was 2 separate leagues. Let's let True get in here because True needed some space. Sturdy, I'm sorry you left, Sturdy, but I had to be real with you, bro. You guys love this idea of being subjective. Your take does not matter to none of us. I tell y'all all the time, my take, my personal preference means shit. That's why I always bring y'all facts so that y'all can determine what the facts are. What up,
True King with a fire avatar.
What up, True King? Appreciate you for
Yo,
joining
what up,
us.
Hey, what up, with John? What up, everybody? Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the stats and production thing, listen, stats and production that does matter, but it is a thing where, like, say LeBron, when I look at LeBron James, the reason why he is a GOAT tier player, that he's one of the players. Not listen, the production and stats is one thing, but other guys have great production also. But LeBron have separated himself is the fact that it's more than just numbers. We know LeBron James are arguably the greatest passers of all time, but his maybe like when it comes to assists per game and and maybe like totals, you got other guys that that may have more than assists to him. You know what I mean? But I will still have him as a better passer than some guys that have better assists totals and per game. You get what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Assist and production is, is important. I think everything is important to a certain degree, right? Whatever your subjective opinion is, how you look at the game. But it is a thing where there are certain things that don't show up on the stat sheet per se. That's always been the same. Things that don't show up on the stat sheet, which LeBron James doesn't get a lot of credit for being. You know what I mean? I think which a lot of, like I said, you mentioned these Zesty Jeffries or LeBron and haters, they love to throw in that point, right? Of fact that y'all just going off the numbers of production when it's more than that. It's more than just the stats of production, which that's just the vague, that's just the out there part, right? LeBron James do more than that. You know what I mean? He don't get credit for being a communicator. He don't get credit for certain things that which people, you know what I mean? Why you have a feel like he's the GOAT or whatever the case may be. People attack those production and stats points, right? I mean, so when we talk about things that don't show up on the stat sheet, those are things you can't argue. So that's why I think with 30 and other people, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? I do think, yeah, now especially nowadays, there's more advanced. You can definitely see the contest, but let's be honest, Johnny, people don't care about those type of things, about looking how many contests people got, whatever. When you look at people impact, like you said, Bill Russell, like going back what Sturdy said about Bill Russell. Before Bill Russell got there, they were not just nowhere near the defensive team when he got there. Like legitly, like to see because he came in middle of the season his rookie year. They were not playing the same level of defense. But Bill Russell understood that when you got somebody in that back line and hey, that can cover all that ground, whatever. Those are things that, you know what I mean, that certain stats you can't measure per se. Cause like what's my man who had all these Mark Eaton. Mark Eaton had a bunch of damn blocks, all that, but we ain't gonna sit there and say he a top 10 defender of all time. You get what I'm saying? Or like John Stockton got all these steals, but I'm not gonna say he's a top 10 perimeter defender. It's a lot even for his position. You get what I'm saying? I get it. Production and stats, to your point, it's certain things that it's like a cut and dry. This is what it is. I mean, how can you argue that? To your point, yeah, you have a lot of people with IQ that can't necessarily produce on the floor, but you also have guys that can do both, like a LeBron. So I get it when it comes to the cut and dry aspect. This is what it is. You can't deny it, right? But there are certain things that it doesn't show up, and you have to really go in deeper. You know what I mean? And look at it. That's just my opinion on it.
I get it. I get it. Listen, I've always been told that I've always been told that I need to let these guys have their takes. I need to let people have their subjectivity. That I have to allow it to happen. I really do. And I don't mind it. My problem is that when there is a stat, when there is something tangible to refute whatever it is you want to talk about, then from there I have no longer patience for it. Because if there is a stat, if there is a way to determine this, then we should be looking at that, not the idea, well, there is no way to look at it. You guys have brought up stuff that we rarely bring up. Again, we all know steals don't make you the best defender of all time. We all know that there's certain things about your defensive prowess that we can't measure within stats. But we all do know if you're a great defender, it's going to reflect somewhere.
Johnny, you and I both have Stockton in the top 10 perimeter.
I mean, listen, John Stockton does have.
On in the background is messing up the sound. Somebody got something going on in the background is messing up all the sound.
Yeah, I think that's Aaron.
I don't know who it is.
So, I think, well, anyway, we about to get up out of here. It's been great. It's been a great show. Listen, gentlemen, the idea of GOAT James Kingdom, though, y'all understand this. That's why every week we bring up the stats, the accolades, and the achievements. Because all these things encompass everything that we want to talk about. Whether we think John Stockton's a great defender or not because he has 3,000 steals or whatever, that don't make no sense. It don't either way. It don't make no difference. There's other ways to determine your defense across the board. There's so many stats that we can use to help us understand how great somebody is defensively.
Someone told me to look at if I want to find out who was the best scorer on time, just look at the top 3 scorers of all time. Now it's the steals. Now it's not just about how many steals you had. It's the other stuff. So only points is determined by how many actual points you have in total.
Technically,
is that what I'm hearing from this panel? Is only points determined? Only total points?
Do not make you the best offensive player. Steals do not make you the best defensive player.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's trying to say. Rebounds don't make you the best defensive player.
And if we really want to, go ask the people who used to play against John Stockton and say if John Stockton couldn't play defense.
He's a plumber. He played in the 90s. Don't give me that. Go ask for John Stockton. I've been saying he's a plumber. Don't use his stats now. He's a plumber.
We have another GOAT James Kingdom member who wants to get their take in. Is it Sion?
Yo.
What's good, brother? Go ahead and get your take in before we get up out of here. You got the last word since you are a member. Thank you again for supporting what we do here. Go ahead and break it down for us. What you got for us?
Yeah, correct.
Go ahead. The mic's yours.
Not a problem, man. Hey, man, I really didn't have the word. I just wanted to say that I enjoy the show. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yep, okay. Now, I just wanted to say, man, I enjoy the show. You brothers keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And okay, I'm getting feedback on my phone. I apologize. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. You got listen, ladies and gentlemen. When you come on the panel, you gotta be in a good, clean spot. You gotta have some headsets if you're using your phone, and you gotta get off of YouTube if you're on your phone. You can't have both apps running at the same time, especially for you Android people, because that's what Android phone does. You should jump to an iPhone. You wouldn't have that issue. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all the gentlemen that have stepped up on the platform. I want to thank you, Twin Man, for becoming a member. That is a great job by you. About damn time.
He's just paying to be ignored now. That's all. He's just
actually, if you are a GOAT James Kingdom member, I will be putting up a link in the community. And tonight, Sturdy, if you're available tonight, it's on you, Sturdy. We are going to be doing a tutorial on how to create your own graphs. Are you available tonight, Sturdy?
Yeah, I just don't have the other things that you talk about in the voicemail, but yeah, I'm available.
But we can do it. Is 9 p.m. good for you, Eastern time?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. All right, so I'm gonna put the link up. It's not gonna be a show. It's gonna be just a regular chat between members and I'll show you guys. And Brandon, if you're available at that time, we'll show you guys how we create graphs, because that's a part of becoming a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform.
Like the memes and stuff. Like you gonna show us how to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna show you how to create memes to get Zesty Jeffries upset.
I got some ideas.
Like this one.
You did a call.
I'm joining this show. Yeah,
so again, Become a GOAT James Kingdom member, all right? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. This is a part of being a member. We show you guys different perks and we get you guys set up for everything. Again, it's only $4.99 to become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We're going to have some fun. There's other things available for other tiers and other levels. So check out the membership here in GOAT James Kingdom. Y'all know what we do best. We go live every Sunday noon Eastern time to talk the GOAT conversation right here in the GOAT James Kingdom platform. It's always B. Lee and A. Johnny, and you know we'll have King John and our MJ delegates, which is Craig King and obviously T Perfect, and we'll have new segments for those gentlemen coming up the next few weeks. You can also catch me every Friday night. Everybody here who wants to talk to Willie, y'all can meet up with Willie on a Friday night exposure. I'll open up the panel. Y'all can have one-on-ones with Willie, and y'all can argue with Willie's sermon himself. And we can have fun on a Friday night exposure. We do that every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. But again, this is the GOAT James Kingdom platform, ladies and gentlemen. We had a great show. It was a wonderful time when we were sitting here talking about Michael Jordan, Zesty Jeffries having the worst summer of all time.
52 times you said that word on this episode.
I'm gonna keep saying it. I love the word Zesty Jeffrey. It's actually a new word. It's fresh into the. It's a new word. There's a 2024
You
word.
you love a Zesty Jeffrey, huh? Yes.
I do. Matter of fact, they're one of our best friends. They're one of our greatest fans. Even though they don't subscribe to the channel, but they give Brandon and I plenty of views. So shout out to all the Zesty Jeffries, man. Y'all are very great. They're actually more supportive than MJ fans.
Hey, shout out to Aaron, another fire segment.
That's why.
But again, yeah, shout out to Aaron. Shout out to all the GOAT James Kingdom member on the panel. You guys have been great. I'm going to actually get up out of here. It's always been a blessing, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the channel. Thank you for joining the GOAT James Kingdom platform on Sunday.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.